We are up.
Oh, you know what? I'll take the hit once because the next car I buy will be for 8, 9 years. I love. See, Mark, I'm unlike you. If you look at me, not who I've been married to in the way past, if you look at me.
It's not what I'm talking about. There's going to be driverless cars. Of course you're going to switch.
Oh, yeah. But do you really think that's happening?
Yes.
When?
I've said it now for 2 years. 2020. You'll be able to go out and buy an autonomous vehicle.
Totally legally autonomous, without a driver's license.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm saying you, as the driver, will be able to put it in cruise control.
You can right now with a Tesla.
Watch me. Is this
No,
making sense? This mic plugged into here.
It can't.
You're saying.
Wait, which one?
January
45 seconds.
January
So this one
1st,
into here,
2020, you could go
Did
from
they
here
fix this
to LA.
yet?
No.
Why?
No gas, solar panels,
And
no
then,
tires, hovercraft, no
so,
roads, baby.
This mic works, but you have to press
This is your on and off.
Okay, yes. That's the only difference.
Okay, listen.
We're the redheaded stepchild of the...
Listen, no, I wanted to ask.
I've been up here talking to Ross about the
Mark,
Mexico.
Sir,
autonomous is now. The technology is now. It's not a big deal. You're not like me.
I'm saying, here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I could leave my house, sitting in my car, and have it bring me to a restaurant or a coordinate, and I wouldn't have to do shit.
Whether it's legal or not, you're saying they're going to be available. I say no.
Okay, well, then I will.
Okay, well, by the
Just like who was going to win the last election? I forgot. Who was? Who was going to win, Mr. Hillary?
By the beginning or end, Mark. And by the way, that
In
wasn't an
2020.
endorsement. It wasn't an endorsement. It was a thought. What's that?
No, you said there's no way Trump could win.
We're
period, end of
witnessing
story,
this
it's impossible,
bet.
Blah, blah.
Are we online?
We're online.
We're witnessing this bet.
Yes.
Mark says fully autonomous vehicles by the end of
Christ, they might have fully
2020.
autonomous damn taxis by then.
By 2020.
Yes, easily.
I say no. And I say also that
He also said Hillary would win.
Well, okay, but that wasn't an endorsement. It was a prediction.
Everybody in their right mind
Hold
knew
on.
Trump was
But
going
hold
to
on.
Win what?
What's that? Hold on, I got something else. What were we just talking about? I want to tell Mark.
They're going to be anonymous. We're going to have anonymous cars in
Hold on.
2000.
Tell Mark.
Fully anonymous.
Listen,
There'll be no symbols, no names.
I got something to tell
That's
Mark.
what it means.
Here it is. Ready? Listen.
Use all the cussing. I'm just saying in
Hold on.
advance.
No good.
Hi, Mr. Martino. How are you?
This is talking to Doreen.
Welcome to the show.
You're good. You're all good, right, David? That's all good.
Excuse me?
You're good. Everything's
I am
good.
Thank
Okay?
you, Dan.
No,
What is
this one
Angels?
we don't
No,
know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I'll
use
give
it
out.
over here. Thanks.
Oh my God, I got so many.
So Barbara, here, this is if you're going to talk, you just hit that on there. You don't got to just say yes.
I want to show
Then
you
you
how
take it off, and you
my
just leave it on.
15 revealing
Where's my list?
why tax lien certificates are the
Here's
secure
one.
vehicle.
Suzanne, where's my list? I'm just kidding. I got it.
Buying tax lien certificates,
She gets
how
those
safe
that
to earn 16 to 25% secured fixed returns, and how to acquire valuable real estate at
That,
mortgage free. Now, for a limited time, I'll give anyone a call with a free copy of my.
So what am I forgetting? Anything, guys? What's going on? Anything?
Tony's free report. Call 800-913-0975.
Where are the multiples? Where are the
Tony will
multiples?
give you 2 free tickets to his live training coming to the Denver area at a $300 value. Call 800-913-0975.
Oh my God.
913-0975 for your free report now.
This we
The
have.
Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the what? The only show of its kind in the universe where we solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints, get directly involved in your life. The longest running show, talk show on radio with the same host. Probably the longest running show in general, but who cares? It's currently on the air, I should say, too. So what is happening in your life? If you're just new to this show, it's fun. Now, the people who call me for help usually are new to the show. They really are. I hope you continue to listen and tell your friends about it. My listeners usually know better, and they don't make the same mistakes. But I'm going to get right to you, and I'm serious about this. Whether your mistake is an obvious one you should have made or it's a really horrendous problem where somebody screwed you, ripped you off, it's all going to have benefit for you and for those listening. We inform, we entertain, help, information, referrals, and right now we have the the line's loading up. I'm going to take Shane. He was at the end of the show yesterday. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Hey.
And this hour brought to you by artofgranite.net. Now, I always pick somebody to say brought to you by. Why do I do that? Just because it's one of our sponsors, and I pick one, and they're always usually, of course, the best of the best because they're on the referral list. Speaking of Art of Granite, it's a very simple proposition, okay? Listen carefully. It's very simple. You call, he'll give you a price on the phone. Do you know why he can do that? Because you know how many square feet are there, and you know what you want. Granite, quartz, whatever. He's a direct stone importer. Why can he give you a price on the phone? Because materials are always wholesale, because he doesn't mark them up. He always tears out and hauls away free, no matter how big the kitchen is. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So the only thing he really needs is square footage, because he charges for his fabrication and installation. And he knows what that costs him. He doesn't have to go out and give you a big sales job. There's no obligation. You can call for a price. And you'll love this guy. It's artofgranite.net. That's the best way. I said before to Mark, I'm going to start using just websites. I think phone numbers, go by the wayside. Most people that find our attorneys find them on the referral list anyway, and they don't remember numbers. And artofgranite.net is easy to remember. But the number, if you do want it, to get your price, 303-386-5919. He's a direct stone importer, 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. So welcome to the show. I got some guests I'm going to introduce in a second, but I want to go to Shane because he waited overnight, basically. We started with him yesterday and didn't get a chance to end.
Real quick, though. The Folk Song Festival and host Oscar Brand, he's been on for 70 years.
What?
He's at a Norwegian.
What are you talking about?
You said the longest-running host. I'm just clarifying. There's a guy...
The longest-running show on radio.
Achieved the Folk Song Festival and host Oscar Brand out of Canada.
Yes.
With the first broadcast on December 9th, 1945. Okay. You weren't even born.
Hold on. Is he still on the air?
Well, not since 2016.
I just said...
But you might have said that in 16.
I just said the longest-running radio show with the same host currently on the air. Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Maybe it's time. No, I'm not going to use my rant just yet. Okay. 303-713-TALK. I only get one rant a week. And I mean a really bad one. Shane, let's talk about this now. What should a dealer disclose with a used car? And there is no law that I know of that says here's what must be disclosed. I do know this, that if they know about problems and they hide them, and you can show that they hid them, or they lied to you, whether it's in writing or not, if they lied to you, you can make hay with it. It could be called fraud in the inducement. It could be called just plain misrepresentation. It can be called whatever you want to be called. You could have a problem here that you can get help with. But I need to know your exact circumstances. Is it a used car, first of all? That was all for nothing. Shane? Okay, I guess Shane's not there after all. So, by the way, he was calling because someone didn't disclose something about his sale.
Didn't disclose an accident, Tom.
An accident. And again, we could discuss that if he's there somewhere. Alexander, are you there, sir?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you just fine.
Good morning. How are you doing?
What's going on with you, Alexander?
Hey, so I just had a question. I actually got referred to you guys by a man named Ted.
We know Ted.
Did he buy you lunch?
Yeah, don't ever believe it if he says he's going to treat you to lunch. He came here one time as a common man, said he was going to treat us for lunch, and then he said, hold on a sec, his sister was going to pay for it.
After it was
delivered.
Hold
on, his sister was going to pay for it. Then she said, no, it's not worth it, I'm not paying for it, because she thought I was going to mention a restaurant. And then Ted says, okay, I'll take care of it. I said, thank you very much, Ted. That's very nice of you. I went out to the restroom, came back, and like 5 minutes later, he says, by the way, thank you very much for lunch. I said, am I in the Twilight Zone? You said your sister was going to buy it, and then you said you were going to buy it, and now you're thanking me. Mark was choking. He was laughing so hard because while I was out the restroom, he said, can somebody put it on their credit card? And Suzanne joyfully offered up mine. So that's the story.
And then you thanked him for...
The lunch.
He thanked me for. I thanked him for the lunch, and he said, "No,
The
thank
audacity,
you."
really.
Anyway, what was that all about? I want to remind people we have lines open: 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, so I actually just recently I'm getting ready to buy my first car as a first-time buyer.
I am so happy you called. God, so many people do not call. First car.
Thanks for.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 22.
There's a reason I'm asking. Okay, good. 22. What kind of job or career? Where are you in life?
So right now I'm on summer break right now from going to college.
Okay.
I go to Brigham Young University.
Okay.
And, right now I'm just working as a temp, just saving up some money. And I decided I needed to get a new car.
Okay.
So just real quick, I guess, can I go into the problem?
Yes.
All right. So I went to this dealership, and I don't want to mention any names because honestly I like them. They seem pretty honest. So I didn't do my complete research yet, and I've signed some pre-approval papers or some kind of papers with
Alexander. Most likely, now I'm not saying you did, but most likely these dealers get you to sign, and you're signing the purchase. Whether you think it's a purchase or not, you sign.
Okay.
It's possible you signed a purchase, but they talk, and they sometimes say this is just a buyer's order to see if the car's available, or this is just a pre-qualification, or this is just. But what really matters is not what they say, but what is written on that page. Do you have copies of what you signed?
Yeah, I do, just not with me right now.
Okay, so keep going with your story.
Okay, so anyways, so I found out, so I'm buying it for $6,500. They tried to get me to sell. Or
Tell me what the vehicle is.
It's a 2006 Subaru Impreza. Now I found out just going through NADA that the car, even in a near perfect condition, is worth about $4,900.
How many miles on this car?
About 120.
Okay. Okay, this is bad. Over 100,000 miles for your first car. Here's the rule of thumb. Over 100,000 miles, you might have problems. I change this, by the way, every time I say it because I don't remember what I said previously. But over 100, I can tell you, over 100,000 miles, you're probably going to have problems. Over 150, you will have problems. Over 180, it is a problem. So it's just not apparent yet. So let's talk about this Subaru Impreza, 120,000 miles. Let's talk about price. They were charging you was what, 49 or something?
So they were charging me $6,500. The car on NADA is worth about $4,900 in a perfect condition.
And so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay, what you need to do is do that research before you go out shopping. So what happened then?
I set my budget to be $6,500.
I got you.
And I found one.
And
anyways. Yeah. So, anyways, my question am I able to renegotiate? I mean, because I know the bank's not willing to lend more than the car's worth. Am I able to?
I don't know what you signed, Alexander. It should not. I'm sorry. Yeah, Alexander. I'm not sure what you signed.
Okay.
Can you send what you signed?
Currently,
if you have a deal at $6,500. No, you can't renegotiate, not unless they let you. I mean, that's no surprise, right? You can't renegotiate. I have a feeling you got yourself into a jam. That's my feeling. And if I were you, I don't know what's on your agenda. I would get those papers immediately and get them over to us so we can give you at least accurate information. Alexander, Suzanne will talk to you on how to do that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David Salisbury in the house today. David is an attorney who does estates and estate law, elder law, trusts and probate, and wills. Yeah, we love him. I like what he does. He answers questions for people all day long. They call from the show. They find him on the referral list at referrallist.com. And he answers questions, no obligation. You know, if you hire him, it's a flat rate. You want a will? Boom. You want a trust? Boom. I've used him for work, and Mark's used him. We all use him. And people who use him love him. So he's here today, and he's going to be talking about anything that you may be on your mind. But we always have questions that come up for David. All right. So hi, David. Sorry, you reach over there, and oh, now this is not working either. Because let's try that again. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, that shouldn't surprise me. We never have microphones working. It's usually pretty. So we'll just move on. And Barb is with us. Barb is with Angel's Help. She's our common woman today. As you know, we have what we call common men, common women. And, I'll tell you why it's not working. You see, it's called a cord, and it needs to be plugged in. Do you see that? So that needs to be plugged in. Okay. By the way, I hate to give lessons on plugging in cords and stuff, but we can, so, Dan, that shouldn't be a big surprise to you. See, cord not plugged in. Plug in cord, guess what happens? It works. My God. Oh, is this the Twilight Zone?
And he runs our video.
Yeah. So anyway, and this is a multi-million-dollar operation here, iHeart, by the way. It's a multi-million dollars. And, okay. So we can, okay, never mind. So, let's talk about Angel's Help. What is it, Barb?
Good morning. Angel's Help, we are a family support advocacy. We help
for what?
People who are looking for which way to turn. Their family member's ill. They have elderly parents that are in a different state than they are.
Is it young and old? I mean, any problem?
It's generally
if people
any
are going
age.
through a divorce?
No, it's more health related.
Okay, so serious illness and
right.
crisis.
Serious illness.
For children or for older?
It's for all ages.
Okay, so if a family is going through a crisis, a health crisis, they can call you for help.
Correct.
Okay, it might be similar, and if you just put that mic closer to you when you talk, great stuff. We have a place that we used to work with now and then, There With Care. They just basically fill in the gap. You need transportation, they give you need some canned food, you need some food, you need some clothing, and it's for people going through health crises.
So I put people in touch with people like that.
Oh,
my position is going in to look at the entire picture, figure out what's going on. Is it a health crisis? Is it that they're not eating? Is it that they are not safe in their environment anymore and need to be moved to a skilled facility? Okay,
so they come to you and you kind of ferret through all the stuff and make recommendations. We'll talk more about this coming up. If you have any questions for Barb, give us a call. AngelsHelpYou.com. AngelsHelpYou.com. That's a wonderful name. Let's talk about your life coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. K&H Home Solutions. When I say that, you should remember that I've known these guys more than 60 years. Well, I haven't known them. They've been in business more than 60 years. I've known them for about 30. And Ted Rowland's the owner now, took over from the original owner who started it 62 years ago. K&H Home Solutions is the place to go for siding, windows, gutters, and they do doors. The windows they have are wonderful, and the special they have on Everlast siding, which is the forever siding, that's what I call it. You got to see it to believe it. It's sealed and waterproof. It just blows everything away, and that's called Everlast. So you can upgrade your colors now. Instead of just white, they're offering many colors at no extra charge, including interior colors too, like wood grains of all kinds, Brazilian pecan, colonial cherry, golden oak. K&H Home Solutions. Here's how you make your own appointment. KHWindows.com. That's it. KHWindows.com. Okay.
This report is brought to you by Fires.
Make sure that works.
Yeah.
Right now, the highway driver.
Well, it was working. The only thing that didn't work was
Right, it wasn't plugged in, but it should have worked before.
Why the hell would someone unplug it?
Well, they were testing it with Drew here before. I know, that's
He was probably hearing this.
Yeah, don't,
I know this sounds
I didn't unplug it.
with the mic on.
I know this sounds ridiculous, but we literally need to get in here earlier and test everything before we go in here. I mean, we can't assume that because there's a microphone, it's going to work.
No.
No, honest to God, we can't.
I know, it's incredible.
It's savage, right.
So Drew,
Yeah.
who's in charge of these now?
They're so far down.
I know you're not. Who's in charge of this shit?
There's no one, dude, they are down to 3 people.
That's the problem, is Carl's semi-retired now, and they've got half the guys that do this stuff out of Death Valley working on the new studio.
What new studio?
There's a new studio out of Broadway headquarters.
Oh, great. So we got a new studio out there.
Yeah.
So that one
With
will
probably brand new equipment, top of the line stuff, and yet we have the fifth string.
How many studios is there?
So,
74 studios. 8 floors, guys.
I think so. Hold on, I'm gonna put your headset. I'm gonna talk to you and tell you when to talk into it.
If you're talking full studio.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you want to do it from
See,
this.
the FM ones are
You're
so
gonna want to do it
small.
from this one.
I will.
Yeah.
Because it's just one person.
Well, yeah, but then some of them have a place where a band can set up. You hear sometimes. We used to. We had a guitar guy named something. He was a wacko. He lived in a van down by the river.
We've had like these headphones, one ear, since I've been here.
Hello.
No. See, I knew it was unplugged for a reason.
000idealhomeloans.com.
Why else would they have it unplugged? It doesn't work.
It's not working.
I don't think so. It doesn't work.
This mic, that's why they had it unplugged?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they were working on it yesterday. So let's just go. Just use this one.
Switch out mics and fucking send them back.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
What's ridiculous?
That there's no mic over there. Tell me both of them don't work.
You know
It'd be
what? When
amazing.
it'll matter is when somebody wants to get a guest on and they can't.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing.
Well, I know. That's when it matters. I mean, somebody important, not us.
And now, Senator blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah, let's check this.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, vans, counters, and floors. And even
Do you want it on?
you have one.
Yeah, turn it on.
Hello, I'm on. Okay. You know what? You just, oh no, he wants the computer. I'm going to say just, or you just.
Okay.
But you got to hit that far away one, though, David.
David Salisbury.
Hey, Matthew, it's David. I can't talk to you right now. Give Wendy a call if you would, please. Thank you.
Hey, did,
Oh,
she's on the phone.
Caller wants to know what it says your Triumph, world's fastest Triumph motorcycle. Somebody wants to know what your t-shirt says.
We can help you create a retirement income strategy.
It's a religious message.
A strategy
Triumph
that
over
you
evil.
can spend with confidence, maintain your lifestyle, and follow your retirement dreams.
Okay.
You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure
Tom,
you
there
have
is no
income to
Triumph
last
over
your
evil,
lifetime.
okay?
Call today for your call.
Sorry.
No obligation
Yeah,
visit.
no
Evil wins?
Started with your own retirement
You say evil wins, David, always?
Not always, but it sure seems to be winning right now.
604. That's
For what?
720.
I'm not getting into it with you. I'm just not.
What do you mean?
Oh, Mark, he's saying evil's winning.
Uh-oh. I like David. I don't argue with David.
And you can do it. Do I have
But evil enjoys discussing the argument.
No,
I enjoy
Not really.
counting my Ameritrade
Not anymore.
account too much.
not anymore. There was a time, but not anymore.
I haven't talked to my father for
Well, I don't mind saying this.
8 months.
I don't care what
Over
anyone
politics.
says. And this is nothing. I swear to God, it has nothing to do with politics. That man does not dignify the office. I don't care what you say as a person. So fuck your politics. I'm not talking about your precious politics.
Who gives a shit if he gets shit done, though?
You know what?
That's why.
I used to think that.
Do you think
But
he
it
could
does
actually
matter,
get it done without doing that?
But-
You think Mexico would
but
come
it
to the
does
table on
matter.
the trade agreement if he didn't tell them basically fuck off, then we won't do
You don't
anything
have
with
to
you?
be an asshole, Mark.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
I think there are politics.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Flexident. Do you know what that is, David Salisbury, attorney at law? You don't know what Flexident is? It's not a
No.
dental thing.
That's what I was going to say.
No, it's for fixing your car, for dents for dings, for hail damage, parking lot little things, whatever it is. But most of the people now have hail damage. And the reason I like it, there's no damage to the paint. So when they put the metal back to place, it's done by massaging and suction in different ways. Different ways. It depends on the dent. You will never know it's been there. It literally is undamaged. So, you know, the metal goes back to the way it was and structurally undamaged. This is an amazing thing because it doesn't detract from the value of a car and it's just like new. Flexident of Colorado.com. Make an appointment, and that's the other thing. You don't have to wait for a body shop. They have appointments available, and they literally take, what, Mark? He called you yesterday. What, was it, a couple hours?
Yeah, when he finally got on it, I'd say I had more than I thought probably 4 hours, man, and it looks perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
303-619-6273.
And guess what? No Carfax, none of that crap on there. It's like brand new.
619-6273, flexthedenofcolorado.com. So, okay, so we'll go to the phones, and Ben's got a question for David Salisbury. Go ahead, Ben.
Yes, David, I have a quick question. My wife and I did a will about 12 or 13 years ago, and nothing has changed as far as beneficiaries or what we requested. Now, do you think that still should be good or no?
That's a great question. Do you know that, Ben? Great, because I know a lot of people think that. What about updating?
Well, you know, I think everybody should take a look at their will every 5 years, maximum 10, especially if you have small children and they're now older.
It won't be contested, maybe, if they know you looked at it and updated, even if you don't change it.
But if you haven't changed who the beneficiaries are, and you don't want to change who your personal representative is, I don't know what else. If there are other things that you're concerned about or want to change, but based on what you're telling me, it should be fine.
But I think you should make note that it was reviewed. You know why? Because I've seen estates where people say, he hasn't looked at that in 30 years.
Well, what I find, Tom, is when I point it out to people, people may have someone they'd name as a personal representative who's dead, or they don't speak to him anymore, and so they need to get that changed, and they don't realize whose names are in it.
How does that actually work? If I name somebody, David, and they're dead, does it go to that person's beneficiary?
If it's not,
does it follow the chain?
Oh, you mean if they're a beneficiary?
Hold on. If
they're a beneficiary.
If it's not noted in the will.
I mean, like a life insurance policy.
If it's not noted,
that's different.
If it's not noted in the will, let's talk about it. Somebody is.
I list Suzanne on my death benefit.
Right.
Well,
and she's dead.
It's better. Okay, that's even different than if you left a stranger money. So there's a million different scenarios. Let's just take the one you leave it to somebody outside the family, and they're no longer around. They died.
Normally what that means is their interest goes away. Now there's language you can put language you can put in a will that says, it's magic language, it's just 2 words, but what it means is if you've left something to a beneficiary and they've died, you put this language in, and that means it goes to their heirs.
They're just like anything else.
But that's not life insurance,
But what is
Mark.
the word?
By representation.
Okay.
Magic words.
Can you say and or assigns?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Now, let's say now it's life insurance proceeds, the person's
Well,
dead.
see, that's different. It's like a contract, Mark. I mean, you buy the insurance and you tell them, I want Suzanne to be my beneficiary. And if you don't have a backup behind that, it'll be paid to your estate.
Got it.
Okay.
And you don't want that, especially if it might go to young children.
And that goes to whether it's family or outside family. If you don't name backup beneficiaries, life insurance proceeds go to the estate.
Correct.
Okay, next. What if Mark wants to leave stuff to his wife in a will and she died? Well, no.
Because we'd have the same thing.
That's right.
If he put that language in there.
But there is a natural line of succession if Suzanne dies and she hasn't, the will has not been disposed of
the
yet.
estate.
Let's say he died.
Right.
She dies. It's automatically hers anyway, outside of disinheritance, right?
If you've already died, at the point you die, her interest in that life insurance is fixed.
Not life
but
insurance, but just his estate.
Oh, even then, if you die and she's still living, it's hers. And then if she dies, now you're going to have to do something for her estate to probate and make sure it goes to where she wanted it to go.
While we're on the topic, disinheriting, your wife will automatically be in line for your stuff, will or without a will.
Okay. You can't disinherit a spouse.
That's what I want.
And it depends on how many years you've been married as to how much she gets or he.
Right. But there's a minimum, is what you're saying.
After 10 years, it's 50%.
Okay. Minimum.
Minimum.
So I can go to the minimum if I have a giant estate. I can, in a will, say not a penny more.
And I've done that before. When people have been going through a divorce, I put that in there before.
John, what is your question? Hello, John. What's happening?
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. I'm curious. Where I live, the city, I'm in unincorporated. The city itself wants to expand the road, and it won't probably won't be this year, but I know probably next year when an eminent domain. I know that's nobody likes to hear that. I have a section.
Well, I don't know. I'd love it. I'd love it if it's going to increase the value of my property, but it depends.
Well, yeah.
So what are you asking about it?
Well, how do you slow down the process so the city has to pay you more, or how do you?
Right. Well, establishing value is what you're talking about. Hold on, and we'll talk about that. It's probably the #1 problem with eminent domain. No one ever believes the value is correct when they're offered money. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Buy and build. When I say buy and build, it sounds like a do-it-yourself place. It's not. It could be. You can go to buy and build and buy all the stuff you want, do your own project. It's open to the public, but a lot of people send their contractors. In fact, a lot of contractors go there, and you may not even know it because they save so much money. In fact, it's lower than wholesale. You have to go to believe it, or at least check out buyandbuild.net. It's a big, giant warehouse. They have an auction coming up in September. Watch their website for more information, buyandbuild.net. Now, the auction gives you even more savings than the warehouse, but not everything in the warehouse is on the auction. So it's always good to check the warehouse for stuff you really need. And then, of course, have fun on that auction. There are times that floors, hardwood floors, beautiful hardwood floors, go for 10 cents a foot. 10 cents. There were plumbing fixtures going for under $5 that retail were over $300. Now, their normal price at Buy and Build for a $300 plumbing fixture could be as little as $39 anyway. 4800 Washington Street. Here's a number if you have a curiosity and want to ask about anything specific. 303-295-6022. That's 295-6022. Buyandbuild.net.
So Dave, if you leave someone, say, a cousin, it doesn't jump, and they die, it doesn't jump to their
We can do, hey, on traffic stuff, you're good running whoever we do, right? As long as they're on referral list.
Yeah.
For the traffic campaign, 15 seconds.
I have children, you do.
Okay. Because there's certain things that, okay.
But the spouse you do.
Spouse you do. Unless you have a prenup.
I don't know yet. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Neither of us get anything from the other's estate.
No, isn't there such thing as a post-nut?
Yes.
A post-nut?
Yes, there is.
Now, they're more suspect than
Are they?
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not enforceable, I'm just saying. And I've done it before.
You're going to find an art granite direct stone importer. You're also
But keep in mind, whether you do either of them, you're going to have full disclosure, which means you've got to give the other party basically a financial statement. So they know what, basically, so they know what it is they're signing off on. Otherwise, you know, they're worth $10 million, and you go, yeah, okay, I won't go after anything. Well, I don't know if you have $10 million. Mike James
the actual slab, the custom edges, the sinks, the cabinets, and that's a small markup from the manufacturer. Always wholesale on the counter material.
Is that the cutoff, 10
No.
I've had clients more than you.
I have clients, elderly clients, you know, and they're, hey, do you have a son? They're like, no. And I'm like, well, my dad's dead. Maybe we can work something out.
I'm adoptable.
I'm adoptable. And I tell them I would be the best son you could ever imagine. You call me, I'm there.
I'm mowing your lawn every week.
Adult diapers? Not sure.
We can always hire you.
Yeah,
That's what you call me for. I put people in to take care of those adult diapers.
I wish you did Minnesota law before my God, a terrible lawyer.
Ask our previous clients, they will tell you.
You didn't even read over the trust before I.
Did you do any research before you hired him?
Or was he referred to? He took over my folks' previous lawyer, and he was a neighbor of my mom's.
They're farmers too. I mean, small community type.
Yeah.
He lived down by the creek.
Correct. But they weren't at the creek at the time.
Was he in a van? Living in a van?
He was
down by the
Chevy van.
A pickup truck down by the road.
Railroad invites you to Tall Tales and Tommy Knockers. Your haunted journey begins with a van ride from Devil's Gate Station in
The shingle said he covered that.
What?
wills, trusts, that.
The shingle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that what you
I
call
forgot
it?
we hang up shingles.
Is that what we call it? Your thing that says, you know,
Yeah.
what to do. Now,
Yeah.
granted, this was on the web, but I guess it's still shingle. And the second one. Oh, there's my pen mark. So Doreen was calling them?
No, she wasn't.
No, she's not.
That'd be so funny.
She actually, I don't think that we'll ever hear anything more about her.
About
I
who?
really don't.
Oh, you were the one that helped us with Doreen. Now I know you were familiar to me.
Yes. Yes.
Now I know you. Okay.
It's really mad because Mark had taken that knife of hers.
Yeah, I think it was that or some.
You must run
movie or
into
something.
different stuff like that though, because you deal with a special.
That's the worst one
Really?
to date.
We were there at the worst one, Mark.
The worst one to date, but
She totally turned on us.
yes,
She did.
yes, and I think that was
My mom had a tendency to go that way.
if I thought that it was mental capacity,
I'm an old
I
man.
would
I'm confused.
go different. But
Everybody
because-
This was just mean.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she was
She's
so.
just a very vindictive,
She was
very
so mean.
ornery, and very inconsiderate little lady.
So mean.
At the end, but boy, when she
Even
wanted.
during the
Really?
well,
No,
because
when Mark first
she-
met her, she
she
wasn't.
was talking about her.
She was never afraid to speak until the
She
end.
was consistently
Abusive.
and calling other people about. She was telling us that other people were mean to her.
Right.
It's always somebody else.
Sure,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Always someone else.
Do you think that's why they kicked her out of that place?
I think that it was one,
combination.
her hoarding, two, her lack of response to their letters and their notices that, hey, you need to sign a new lease, and her rent was going to go up. She's looking at some major decisions she's going to have to be making. But that day, we gave her everything. We gave her who to contact, Medicare, Medicaid.
Okay, this is the time of year to get your furnace checked, and if you want that done, $29 from Plumline Services, $29. Now, they want to get in your home, and they hope you have stuff that needs fixing. Okay, there's no secret. That's why it's only $29. They lose money sending a truck to your home for $29 to adjust and do the lubes and everything it needs. Okay, and just doing a checkup. But here's the deal. Okay, they won't make up stuff. They will never lie to you, and that's the important thing, because in a few months, people start lying to you all over this place. They're going to say, you need a new furnace, or you need a heat exchanger, or you need this, or you need that. Now you can breathe. You can think about it. And it's just $29 to get it done. So Plumline Services, a company you can trust for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains for just $29. Now, they're also offering a promotion from Carrier. Qualifying furnaces, you will get a free furnace with the purchase of an accompanying AC system. And you can call for details or have them visit you. And it's 303-586-1086. 10 years parts and labor warranty. Also low interest financing. In fact, no interest for the first year. 303-586-1086. PlumlineServices.com. So we have David Salisbury with us, attorney at law, talking about estate law. We have a question for him. We have one line open at 303-713-TALK. And our common woman today helps families. She helped us with a case here, and she's on a referral list, angelshelpyou.com. And she helps families going through health crises. She helps them with finding the proper services for them. Adam, what's happening?
Good morning, Tom.
What's going on with you, man?
I have a question about a will.
Go ahead.
So, say my wife and I die in a plane crash. My son has the will in his hand. What does he do from that point?
Well, what he does from that point, assuming that you all died with some assets in your name, is he's going to need to open a probate, which is, the state procedure.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
I want literally, what does he do? The will, he opens up the safe or the desk drawer.
Right.
He gets the will out.
Yes.
Okay.
what does he call someone, or you say open a probate?
Well, no. What I'm saying is either he's going to have to try to do it, which isn't easy, or he's going to have to contact a lawyer.
But should you say that maybe probate won't be needed?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know, if it could be that they had set up their assets in a manner that doesn't require probate, or he finds out they're all in a trust.
So what I would do, honest to God, if it happened today, I would call David Salisbury and say, David, I just had a death in the family, my spouse or my brother, my uncle, my whatever. I have the will, and I'd make an appointment. That's what I would do. Okay, then what would happen after that? Now the attorney says you don't need probate. What would those circumstances be?
Well, if everything transferred, let's say they had him on all their accounts as a joint owner.
Yeah.
They had him on. They had a beneficiary deed for the house, so the house passed to him.
Then you would say
then I'd say you don't need probate.
Then if you do need probate, you would answer.
I would answer that I need to prepare some forms. We need the original will. Once all that's done, lawyers electronically file it with the court, and then we get a document back that says Adam is the personal representative, and now he needs to find out where all the assets are, get control of them as the personal representative.
And then as a personal rep, make a good faith effort to pay bills.
To pay your bills, that's got to be done first.
Okay, now, Adam, I just wanted to take over for those a few questions. Now, what specific do you have then? Adam? Is he there? Nope. Okay. So he really wanted to know the very first thing. And David, I often ask that. What's the very first thing you do? Obviously, you have... I don't even, you know what? I don't even know, like, if someone's dead in bed. I wouldn't know. Do you call the police? Do you call a coroner? I'm serious, David. I don't know. Mark, do you know what to do? I don't know. You find someone dead.
I know what I do. I'd call David.
Right away, though. I mean, literally with a body in the bed, or right away.
No.
That's what I mean. Who would you, when I say who you call, I really mean it. Let's talk to our common woman, Barb. Barb, she deals with it.
Oh, you mean like you're older, you wake up, and your spouse is literally stiff as a board next to you.
You go to visit your uncle, and he's dead. Do you call police? Do you call, what do you call, the coroner?
If they're dead, who do you call?
It's dependent upon whether or not they have a do not resuscitate. Do they have...
yeah, but how would most people ever know that?
If they're doing it right, it should be posted someplace that can be seen as you're walking in.
But let's say we don't know that.
Okay, so you call 911.
Okay,
they come out.
Gotcha. Thank you. And you say someone I think is dead, so they'll come out. And
Who do they bill for the ambulance?
I don't know. The estate.
Well, I mean, yeah, they bill the estate.
So wouldn't you be better off just driving them down somewhere?
Oh, come on. So listen.
But I will tell you, if you find someone in their apartment, for example, and they are dead, nobody knows why they're dead, generally the police get involved because they need to determine if there was foul play. And then the coroner, they will have an autopsy.
But I think what Barb said is true. If you call 911, those EMTs, just like when they come to an injury and they think, wait a minute, this kid looks like he was beat up by dad, they'll take care of who to call. But yeah, I think that's a good one. It really is weird. You would call and say, I think someone's dead, but who knows? They might be in a deep coma. You don't know. Okay, so now, John, I didn't forget about you. Okay, I really didn't. On eminent domain, okay, it's fair market. The words that shouldn't even be there because they mean nothing to anyone, depending on what side. Fair market value. That's it. Now, you argue for fair market value. Mark, you had an eminent domain. What did you do? Or was it not an eminent domain?
No, I know. No, it was eminent. Well, most of the time it does not turn out to be eminent domain because you actually reach an agreement with them. They've got to literally, almost like a foreclosure, to take it by eminent domain. Generally, you're forced into a settlement. Make sense?
It begins with eminent domain. And
the threat of eminent. But is it a house? What is it? I'm sorry.
It's just, well, I live there, but property about 350 feet out in front.
Well, then it's going to be very simple. That property's honestly probably not worth crap. I mean, people hate hearing that, but unless if there's something there that has a lot of value, it is what it is.
Let's say you're living in a home, and it's one of these neighborhoods that have been converted to commercial, and you not yet converted to commercial, but everyone sees it. There's law offices, there's a little mini warehouses, or there are bookstores, whatever, and then they come to you. you do have the right, or you should look at the potential commercial value, and if that land was taken, how much would it detract? You can do that.
You look at what that property is worth that second.
I understand.
Not in the future, not in the past.
But Mark,
no, that's exactly what you just said,
if
though.
it's surrounded by commercial, you're right. There's a bit of potential there, even though you technically didn't get a special use permit at that time. They will consider that, but they won't do what they won't do is your whatever you planned. Oh, I was going to live here the rest of my life, and and I need something with this size garage.
His is only a little partial taking. I mean, a partial sliver of land. You're going to be surprised how little it's actually worth.
What are they offering you?
Well, nothing yet, but we're surrounded by city. It's all deemed for residential.
Okay,
right
now, and by the way, don't say you don't. You have a number in your head of which you would not scream.
He might not, because it's not a lot of property. It's not like they're taking the whole house.
No, but he has a number in his head.
I actually don't have a number.
Yeah, you do. You have a number. It may not be the real number right now, but you have a number of which you would not scream. I guarantee you have a number.
No, I don't.
Okay, John, I'll give you an example. They're going to give you $100 million. So, is that a number that would make you not scream?
Oh.
See what I mean? I'm not asking if it's realistic.
Yeah.
Or $5.
There is a number. So, what is that number close to? Obviously, it's not $100 million. But okay,
no,
for example, if they said, go ahead,
5,000 to 10,000, depending on.
Now,
I know it's not worth a fortune.
Okay.
But it's going to be. They just want to widen the street, is what they're doing.
And
I was curious do they go by property tax assessment?
No.
Do
they go by what you could sell it for right now.
Fair market value. And by the way, they go by not if it's available, but what it's worth. Now listen carefully. That means you look at it as if it's 350 square feet, you don't look at, well, they'd have to buy a 1,200 square foot piece and then cut it down. You don't look at that. You look at 350 square feet, period.
There is some other stuff, though, and I don't know if this affects you, but if there's landscaping there that you've paid for, not natural stuff, but landscaping, they would owe you some money for that.
Yeah, that they actually take hard costs.
That's right.
Hard costs. Hold on, we have more coming up, and Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has a special that's been going like crazy because people can't believe it, because they've had prices for transmission service and they know how much it is, so they know this is a great deal because the fluids are changed, all the belts and hoses and everything in a transmission and around a transmission is checked, and the filter not only is changed, all the fluids and any minor adjustments. This is a transmission service for how much? Just $119. That's Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. And they also do, of course, auto repair. I know Mark Wachowski in business more than 30 years. 303-781-9858, 781-9858.
So obvious. Call 911, really, because you should make that judgment that they can't be resuscitated.
But it also depends on whether or not they're under care. If they're under care with an agency or with healthcare, hospice, you don't call 911.
Yeah, of course.
You call the hospice agency.
But you would know that. Literally, though, if you walked in.
Literally, if you walked in, the first phone call would be 911.
Because you need. I'll bet you there are times people thought someone was dead, and they could be resuscitated.
They used to bury you with a string going down. They would go to a bell. I swear to God. And then they bury people alive so often, if they rang the bell, they'd know they were buried alive.
I think.
Did you know that?
I
don't know if that's a myth.
No, that's true, man.
They didn't used to embalm people.
Okay.
Now that is there,
there ain't no way.
No.
No one can hear that.
But Mark, I wonder how many true life stories there are of people laying on the coroner's table coming back.
We actually were driving past a mortuary.
And a guy was running away?
What's she on?
And all the ambulance and fire department and everything. My husband and I were like, okay, so did somebody come back to life on the table, or did somebody that was there to see their family member have a heart attack. Scary thought, huh?
There's all kinds of stories.
Oh, I'm sure. That is nuts.
It'd be a little scary though if you're a coroner all of a sudden. Well, that'd be a good question for a coroner all of a sudden. Oh.
Yeah, that's not.
I bet it's happened more than you think.
It's your new 9-iron.
Ever want to have.
The ADT app helps protect your.
I think cops and the EMTs can miss stuff. Like when I do yoga, I can slow my heart down to where you think I'm dead, even though I'm not.
Less information is available at ADT.com. ADT, real protection.
How do you know, Tom? You've never seen me do it. David, I can slow my heart down.
Particularly bad time, I think.
I can slow my heart down to where the coroner would think
I
I'm
have
dead.
Brian Burns lined up for line.
Until he cut into me.
Lady owns a cemetery, wants to know
Yeah,
about
bring the
liability
body
insurance.
back.
I don't want to keep Brian.
How
holding
often
too
do you
long,
think
so we're gonna
that's
do it after the top of the break, or?
I don't know, you read about it periodically.
Whenever I see it.
All right.
I was telling Tom they used to bury people years ago with the bell up top and a little rope, so if they were still alive, they'd ring the bell.
I like that.
Pretty embalming.
If that happened, would they be able to undo the will?
What is if the property was already legally transferred and I come back alive?
Oh my God!
Oh, that'd be a great one.
Is there a resurrection clause?
Mr. Trump, for predicting that you will sweep in 2020, because every time I ever am for a candidate, they always lose. So I won't endorse you because that's the kiss of death.
That's like Tom buying a stock. He will
The
never
things
win.
that you have done as the
What do you mean
president
win?
are
The next
remarkable.
election.
Remarkable.
I'll tell you something. If he ran against,
Mark, I'll bet you anything.
If he ran against someone like Elizabeth Warren, I don't have any problem with her. She's a brilliant person. But he would eat her up alive.
Is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs.
You know what percentage of people voted for him are still
trauma related to
support him?
substance abuse.
Still
No, you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raw House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. But actually, 720-893-5555. Underneath all of that, there are some platforms that I'm houses of premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone about different treatment almost makes people evidence-based treatment designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials.
Well,
get the help you need.
I think if they get to the treason issue,
but Mark might have a point, and that is this.
oh, I'm for the people. There's terrorists. I'm not against those.
No, two people, 720-893-5555 have to be that way to get something done in Washington.
Oh, I think so right now. I'm not saying he couldn't have a little more tact, but God, no one seems to get anything done.
His position on NATO. For years, we've been paying for most of NATO, and they have an agreement that all of the European countries are supposed to pay in like 3% of GDP.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, word association. Stem cells. Now, here's the deal. Amniotic fluid is packed with stem cells when amniotic fluid is right there at birth. Some people freeze the amniotic fluid or the cord blood. They freeze it, and then they put it away for use in the future. What people don't understand is that they're paying for something that can't be used right now, because in order, let's just put it this way, in order to use living stem cells in a remote location, no matter where it is, it will not survive the trip. You won't have living stem cells for your treatment. No matter what people tell you, if you've been told you're getting living stem cell therapy and fluid of any kind was shipped into you, if that's the case, you've been ripped off. And I'm talking about all of them that tell you that. Because under current FDA guidelines, you cannot manipulate those cells in a way that would make them survive the trip. It's not that amniotic fluid is void of living stem cells. It's that it can't be transported. So, Centeno Schultz has been doing it the right way for years. Oh, in fact, this is a fact. I just want you to know this. this might go a little over a commercial time, but this is very important. Centeno Schultz actually was the one that pushed the envelope years and years ago because they were the first one out of the gate ever to use stem cells. And they were concentrating them so much, the FDA said you can't do that. That is a drug. You have to only use them in their native form as they come out of the body. That's what Centeno Schultz, they were writing the regulations back then. They were so much on the forefront. So if you want real, and they just happen to be right here in Broomfield and now in the Tech Center. So Centeno Schultz, that's the moral of the story. True living stem cell therapy from someone who pioneered the entire therapy. Dr. Chris Centeno at CentenoSchultz.com, and also on my referral list, 303-963-9201. Talk about going to the horse's mouth, 303-963-9201, Centeno Schultz. Let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. David Salisbury is with us today, attorney at law, talking about estate law. And I'm going to take people who have been waiting a long time here. And I didn't take you. Hey, Roman, this is a follow-up. So let's talk about the original problem very quickly.
Okay, so it was a vehicle, used vehicle that I bought. It broke down. I took it to a shop. Should have been covered by warranty. The mechanic broke the valve stem off, dropped it into the motor.
Yes.
Had to pull it. So I had to pay the $5,000, so I'm trying to get that back.
Okay. What did we tell you last time you called? Did we want the invoices?
Yeah, so I read it off to you.
Yes.
It was $2,600 to remove and replace the motor.
Right.
And then another $500 or something for the machine work, the machine shop.
Who did you work with here at the Troubleshooter Network?
Well, it was you and I believe Dave is kind of who called me back one day.
Could it be Deputy? Okay, it was Dave, or could it be Dan?
Dan, yep.
Deputy Dan. Hold on a second, and we're going to look up your records. I'm Tom Martino. We got a lot happening here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Dan, could you revive or talk to him?
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Talk
This
to him
happened on a car day.
Yeah, let's
and
just
they
get whatever.
said that was...
let's just get whatever we can on this so we don't sound totally prepared.
His car got fixed without the proper approval for the extended warranty, folks. I remember that call. I just don't remember working on it at all. I just remember Tom gave him instructions.
You know, we had Moses banned on our page.
Banned? What does that mean?
Like, somebody swears like it auto bans you, but I wonder if he pissed Mark off on a comment last year or something. I don't really know. Moses. He
from the Springs?
Moses and I are Facebook friends, and he watches the show, and he private messages me.
It could have been I did it, he did it.
Yeah, he private messages me saying, I can't comment on the show or like it. I said, well, you got to like our page to comment on it. He says, every day I have to like it. I said, let me go look to see if you were banned. He was banned on our page.
I can't believe I actually still...
I wonder why.
He said he's never swore, which I believe him, but I don't know.
He doesn't swear.
There's some words that I'll spell, and I look at it and I go, that's not right. And I look it up, and it is. But you look at it, and that just doesn't look right. And I'm usually pretty decent on spelling. I think it's age. It's just age.
It's just the hair.
Was that thing? People tell the client will say, well, I'm going to get out of your hair now. And I'm like, is that a shot at me? Do you know the people at Human Services Consultants, Pat Ayers?
No.
Okay. See, what they do is they actually will, if somebody is disabled, they are court appointed generally to take over and handle their finances and make sure they get, guardianship, make conservatorship, make sure they get people in to help them and all of that. But yours is a great thing because most of the time you don't know who to call.
Right.
But if you know a source for everybody, that's a great thing.
And we learned, so as a nurse, myself and my sister are both nurses that work in the field every day. We work with a multitude of different agencies, but you don't really realize how much you don't know until your family's going through it. When we lost my dad, when we lost my mom, the learning experiences that we went through with both of those experiences, it was astronomical. And so when I decided what do I want to do when I grow up, I said, you know, this is something that I think that is a very needed service, and it helps people find what they need fast without a million phone calls or.
So the big thing on this one, is he, the mechanic that he took on calls to the warranty, he said he had got the approval from the warranty company to do the work, but the warranty company has no.
Because
the mechanic doing the work said he had approval. Is that before he dropped into the engine?
Yes.
And then after dropping that into the engine?
He said on the letter,
that really has little to
and
do
you're
with
going to get a copy of it.
But that has little to do with it, whether or not he.
They need to find
well, that should be all the mechanic, right?
And it's really great for that. You know, as far as advocating.
He sent a letter today. I just
necessarily advocate for an individual. They
but the
do
big thing
it at
is he
state
didn't
level
get
as best
approval.
they can.
At least that's what the warranty company
that might
says.
be a
And this
good
guy said
connection between the two of you.
Yeah. One I've lately been struggling with is the state social services for Medicaid for young children. This kid is, we got a kid that's turning 18.
This letter he sent, he hasn't heard anything
because where
back.
they are at, there's services available. No services. But if you want to hire somebody and we'll train them, we'll get them going, then we'll bill Medicaid and.
What?
No, that's what they're being told. The family's being told if you will hire somebody, find people in your
then they find
neighborhood.
they can't do it or they don't do it.
I respectfully request that you allow me to show you our firm's long history of outstanding results.
Yes, it's the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill. And there's a Colorado state.
Really?
That's what I was president of the state.
He's off air.
Interestingly, they have
he never used to do it well.
organizations, separate organizations that are affiliated all over the state. So, for example, there's one in
I have
Portland.
Compass on the line.
You know, if you
and
contact
he can
them,
help
they might
with four
help
for
you,
sure, and possibly
help you
line one as well.
find
Okay, gap
information to
insurance
help
problem,
your
payout problem from a
So-
dealership,
so we're
but it's the
taking care of
cemetery
that.
one first.
I traveled around cemetery calls.
They have a cemetery on property, and they want to know about liability insurance for it. So I already gave Compass a heads up on both.
The interesting thing is they used to have so much trouble. They used to have family members call me. And you know what? Volunteer president. They call me all day long.
Are you going to bring up
And
that,
with the craziest stuff. And the executive director said to me one time,
are you going to bring that one up? Or that?
Oh yeah, I think we should. Or I'll have you bring it up.
Is there a possibility that the parents are a little bit too? You know, because like, yeah, you know, I never really thought about that. Because some of the questions were just, okay, and I try to help them.
Yeah.
But actually, it just got to be where, and even on the weekends, people were calling me constantly. So after once I was through with my tenure, it was just like I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I was doing, you know, I was taking questions and not getting my work done. You know, I gotta make a living. I have people who depend on me.
I think it's a letter good. I think it's
So,
takes some
yeah.
claims for
This is the Ross Kalinsky
Yeah.
Show. One thing I like about your show more than most.
You know what scares me about this whole, you know, all these mass murderers? A lot of them have mental health issues, and they keep talking about what they're going to do to prevent them from getting things. Well, here's the thing. All you're going to do is have access to all the medical records. And then once they have them, who exactly? Is there going to be a commission? Is there going to be an agency? See, and once those are out there, everyone's got it. Everyone will get that information.
Yep.
So that's
It'd be like your bank record, where it used to be
exactly.
nobody had that, and now everybody has it.
Yeah, because I don't trust them.
Wait till I'm going to read what this guy tweeted. This poor woman trying to get her kid that car. God, what a jerk.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Icon LASIK. I'm a consumer, or Icon Eye Care, I should say, and there's a story behind that. They were Icon LASIK, and LASIK is very popular. I'm a consumer advocate, so what I do here is I solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and I have commercials on this show, but unlike other shows, they're selected by us and endorsed by us. So that's really important that you know that. This is sacred ground for us, and we expect our advertisers to live up to a higher standard, and that's why we put together Referralist.com. And then what we do is solve problems, and we have a track record, and we can show you more or less, not every single dollar, but hundreds of millions of dollars recovered in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And we don't, you know, like here, I'll give you an example. When we solve a problem for somebody that they recovered life insurance, we put that amount on. But if we help someone through a problem and it was a car, we put that value on. So we don't actually, you know, hand people money all the time. But it's just a barometer for us. Welcome to the show. And Icon Eye Care is unbelievable. Here's why. They can do LASIK. Yes, they can do glaucoma care. They can do, they can help you with cataracts. And it's in the area of cataracts that people get amazing treatment. Here's why. It used to be when you had cataracts, you had to choose what lens you wanted, near or far, because they take out your old lens, put in new. Now you don't have to do that anymore. They focus near and far where you don't need glasses. Now, I still need glasses for the tiny, tiny, tiniest of print. But here's the point. You don't ever, ever grow old, your eyes. Never, once you get your lens replaced. And you don't have to wait to have cataracts. That's the whole point. It's called a clear lens replacement. That's what it's called, clear lens replacement. I had it done. Did not have cataracts. I had LASIK done once, but your eyes keep aging with LASIK. Okay, so you might need it again, or you might need a touch-up. With the clear lens replacement, you have new lens, so you never, ever, ever need lens again. They will never get cataracts, and your eyes will not grow older where you need glasses, because the lenses do not change. I call them bionic eyes. And so my eyes are like they were at age 30, or whatever perfect vision is, or better than perfect, and you don't ever have to worry about them. It's done. So the technology is there. Take advantage of it. Of course they do normal LASIK too. But why bother, in my opinion? Some people want it. You don't. By the way, this is not monovision. We're talking about both eyes fully focusing near and far because of the new lens. Clear lens replacement, iconeyecare.com. iconeyecare.com. I had it done personally. The people there are great. I know them. I knew the founder years ago. And I know the whole story. And they're still here, the longest running place with the best treatment for all of your eye care. iconeyecare.com. Let's talk about this insurance problem. I'm Tom Martino. We have guests in. I'll get to in a second here. But this is a question, a weird question, and it's Louise. And I'm going to bring up our expert for Louise, Jeremy from Compass Insurance, because I believe, Louise, this has to do with insurance, right?
That is correct.
What is going on? And thank you for calling us and for listening. What's going on?
I am the president of a very small country cemetery.
Okay.
And direct descendants of people who lived in this particular area can be buried there. And this started in the late 1800s.
Okay, it's a snooty graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my question is, in this day and age of people suing everybody for everything, our board of directors has thought, you know what, I wonder if we would be held liable if somebody would go in the cemetery and maybe get bit by a rattlesnake or fall in.
Yeah. There are certain things, of course, you can be blamed for, and I can imagine somebody trying to find a reason to do that with a rattlesnake. You should have known, you should have done this, should have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, there's all kinds of other things. You know, let's just put it this way. Premises liability, it's called. Now, the laws cut down a lot on premises liability. John Fuller told me one time it's probably malpractice and premises liability, probably the toughest ones in the world because they're so hard to prove. And with the law, a lot of premises liability is forbidden. In other words, the law doesn't allow you to sue these property owners in many cases. Jeremy, do you know about premises liability and premises liability insurance at Compass Insurance Group? Of course you do, right?
Sure. And, it's always a fine line for us to walk because we don't want to play that we're a lawyer.
Right.
So our advice, and again, like you said, there are certain times where there's laws you cannot be sued.
To protect you.
What I try to focus on, though, because I'm definitely not an expert on that, is there's plenty of times you can. And I think that the general advice that we try to give, when you start looking at what you can get sued for, you can kind of get blinded by all the things you're not thinking about what you can get sued for. And the part of insurance that people never think about is the defense cost. So with your liability insurance, most policies, the liability is also going to pay for your defense costs. So even if you get sued for something and at the end of the day you win, you still have the cost of defense.
Very
and that
important.
Defense cost is really important with insurance policies, or a big benefit, I should say, with insurance policies.
Okay, so what kind of insurance, though, for this cemetery? What would it be called?
Well, that's going to be there's probably going to be some sort of commercial policy, and it's obviously a niche type situation. But there's going to be a policy that's going to have liability. They might want to, and that would include the premise liability for exactly what you're talking about.
But I can't imagine it would be expensive for static ground.
No, it wouldn't.
They might have an issue, though, if the water table grows and the body floats up. I mean, they might have something that's strange, though, right? A cemetery?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's actually on top of the hill, so we're not going to have the water thing.
But here's the deal, Jeremy. The bottom line is you can quote what appears to be a piece of land.
Oh, absolutely. And if there's a board of directors, they should have officers and directors coverage for the board of directors. So, I mean, there's still, even though it sounds like it's not a high-risk thing, it's really cheap, and there's definitely a need for insurance in that. If there's a board of directors.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So, Louise, really, I hope we answered your question. Do you have anything specific?
Well, the other part of this is, when you say dirt cheap, we're a non-profit, 501(c)(3).
Yeah.
And no money.
Dirt cheap cemetery, get it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's like a dirt cheap.
Okay.
So is it in the $1,500 range? We generate no income.
How much land? How big is the land?
Oh, less than an acre.
Okay. They're not going to be able to quote it on the phone, but Jeremy, if you had to guess a ballpark.
Yeah, shooting from the hip, I would say under $1,000, and maybe even in the 500 range would be my guess.
Now, here's what you do, Louise. Suzanne, give her the number if she needs it, 996-9000, 303-996-9000. You can also find Compass on the referral list. Now, somebody has a question about gap insurance, so I'll keep Jeremy on. This is Daniel. Daniel, what's going on?
Hey, I bought a new car, a MX Chevy, a couple of years ago, 2016. It got totaled at the end of June with the hail.
Yep.
And I did buy gap insurance with it, luckily.
Yeah. And for those listening, gap insurance, when you owe money on the car and the car depreciates in value, there are some times that if they pay you the market value of the car, it's not enough to pay off the loan, especially when people trade in cars with negative equity or have other reasons. So then you can end up with a gap, and gap insurance only pays for a certain level of gap. They're not going to pay for everything. Like if you're an idiot and traded in a car and you were negative upside down $25,000, you're not going to get coverage. So go ahead. It's usually 125% of value. Go ahead, Daniel.
Right. Yeah, and I'm looking at about a $2,000 and change dollar difference.
Okay.
Between what the insurance paid out.
Yeah.
Geico was super awesome. I've never had to go through that before with the totaled vehicle or anything. They helped me through all the steps and stuff. So
what's your question?
Well, I'm having trouble with the dealership because there's two forms that the gap insurance company needs at this point, and it's the last two things they need to pay out that $2,000.
What is it?
So.
What do they need?
It's a mileage discrepancy is what they're claiming. So every time I try to call, well, we're talking with the lien holder about a mileage discrepancy. our gap insurance person at the dealership only works Tuesdays, so you're gonna have to check back next week.
Well, did they say what the discrepancy is?
They just said that there's a discrepancy in mileage and that they cannot submit that information.
Do you think that does that sound like an excuse, Jeremy, or could it be really a discrepancy? I mean, does that just sound like a delaying tactic?
It's hard to say it wouldn't be. I mean, especially if you bought it at the dealership, there should be, it has nothing to do with him.
Right.
If there is a discrepancy, it shouldn't have anything to do with
Who are you talking to? Daniel, who are you talking to when they tell you this?
There's two guys that are the finance guys, and I've talked to both of them.
Where? Insurance?
Emmett Chevrolet.
Okay, right at the Chevy dealer. Have you called the insurance company directly?
I've called the insurance company, yes.
It's your policy. You have a policy number. And what do they tell you directly?
They tell me that I have to go back to talk to the dealership.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You have coverage, and if you have coverage and you have a contract, you don't have to talk to the dealer. You have to. It is your policy. You remind them. It is your policy, and if it was paid, I think that might be one of the things. It may not have been paid, but you have to verify that with the insurance company. And you tell them it's a contract between you and them, and you're going for bad faith if they do not address it. I mean, the dealer, should help you, but in this case, you need to know what the hang-up is from the insurance company. Did the insurance company tell you it was mileage?
No.
Okay. You need, and listen, I don't know who you talk to at the insurance company, but you need to talk to someone, and you tell them you're going to the insurance commissioner. You are going to complain about bad faith. You're going to sue for bad faith. You are sick and tired of being bounced around. It is between you and them, and don't bounce me back to the dealership. That's the way you handle it. That's the very first thing you do. Then you can go to the dealership as well, but that's what you tell the insurance company. What do you think's going on, Jeremy? What do you think's going on? I'll tell you what I think's going on. I think that they didn't buy the insurance. That's one thing that could happen.
Well, what I would do, it could very well be, I would get back with the finance company because they're the ones that care more than anyone. I mean, they're the recipients.
They are too, right? That's right.
So they have a vested interest to make sure this all goes well, and the gap insurance is typically tied in with the loan. My understanding on it is, once the dealership sells the car, it's more of the financing part and then the lender. So, the lender's kind of responsible to make sure there's gap insurance if he signed up for it and all that. So if there is any kind of issue with him not having the insurance, it's probably better to test with the lender than the dealership.
Here's what we do. Hold on. Daniel, you do what I told you first with the Gap people, and if they reject you, you call us back, okay? And we will take care of it. Really, call us back in any case. 303-713-TALK. By the way, that's Compass Insurance Group. So Jennifer has a weird one, and we'll get to her right after this. Jennifer, how expensive was this necklace?
It was a gift from my mother and father, and I know that my infant daughter pulled it once and broke it, and we had to have the chain fixed at that time, and that was $75.
All right, hold on a second. We'll come back to this. What the heck is going on here? It has to do with how it was broken, and we'll talk about that. 303-713-8255. I talked about John Fuller just now, Fuller Law, and he talked about how premises liability, for is really hard and putting in those kinds of claims. That's why he is concentrated on traffic accidents, because he says those are the places he can help people the most with traffic accidents, because a lot of people don't know where to look for liability. You may think it's a simple thing like your own insurance or the other party's insurance, but there are third parties all the time that you can, well, not all the time, but many times you can collect from. John Fuller knows the sources of money. He can sniff it out. He really, really does look for your best interest in any kind of a traffic accident, whether you're a pedestrian on a motorcycle, a bicycle, or in a car. Please give him a call, because you need to know your rights. That's the number one thing, and he'll tell you, and he'll give you an idea of your case and not lie to you. John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. John Fuller on our referral list at referrallist.com.
This report is brought to you
Mark, did you see that this lady's got a case on this haircut thing? Wow. See that? She gave this, she went to, where'd she go to?
What was this about?
Oh, that Jennifer. She showed her this picture at the haircut place.
No. She doesn't want to talk about her haircut,
Oh,
Dan.
really?
Don't embarrass her like that.
And this is what she looked like.
I know.
She wanted to look like that.
But that's the problem with women. We send our pictures, and I even say to my hairdresser sometimes, I'm not sure if I want the hairdo or if I just want to look like this girl.
Centeno's next?
So,
Dan, you told me what Centeno's next thing was. Do you remember it?
The 13th and the 20th.
but the necklace,
this, huh?
share with Tom, because that's what the only thing she said she wanted to talk about was the necklace. Real quick,
Wait,
this
let me
lady
see your
that-
picture that you're laughing
Okay.
at.
Stop.
Well, I want to see you.
Okay, that's what she wanted.
Really? That's her?
No, that's what she wanted. This is what she got, but that's not what she's calling about.
I know.
Okay, I just don't want to embarrass the woman. That would embarrass me.
I want a picture of Brad Pitt.
No,
Make
but I
me
mean,
look
that's
like
how
that.
women are. I mean, Barb, don't you think sometimes, like, okay, I don't know if I want to look like this woman or this hair.
Daphne's not responding.
I can tell her.
She's on the phone.
Anyway, I called her twice and left her a message the second time.
Oh, okay.
I got her calling a few.
Thanks.
Sure. Do you need gas, Tom?
And then her necklace got cut.
Okay.
She's busy. I just wanted something to say.
Is that what it costs to fix a necklace? See, it was just
Something
cut
I
like
can
that?
get you?
$75.
You sure?
She actually cut it with scissors.
Apparently, or she'll say why she cut it.
When are the seminars, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry, I looked it up. It was 13th and
What's that?
Two Thursdays there.
Okay, Thursdays.
She's not a robot, I promise.
My girlfriend was just showing a picture to her next and look,
Hey, how do you? I'll talk to him inside. How much time left to this break?
And my answer is find somebody else.
Most definitely. I tried really hard to be specific about what I want. The last time I went, I said I want.
Hey, I want this one.
I want blocks of color, like chunks of color.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I want chunks of color instead of that block. Somebody all
You didn't have like orange or blue or something.
No. But still, chunks of color is much different than blocks of color.
Really?
How can you be a hairdresser and not understand what's, and I had a picture. I want big chunks of color like this.
Well, if you don't understand, ask
Then ask
questions.
more questions.
You got your kid this Friday?
Do you mean like this?
Yeah.
Like this.
You were 16 or 18?
Didn't Tom have the kids last weekend? Yeah.
Robbing your engine of power and fuel economy. Gum Out has a solution. Regain Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Regain contains polyethylene, a nitrogen-based detergent that safely removes deposits to help restore engine performance. Get a bottle of Regain today for just $4.94 at your local Walmart. Gum Out. Science in. Performance out.
Cam Solar is the only solar installer I recommend. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino.
Remind me next time to wear jeans when I come in here.
It's cool, isn't it?
You think so?
I always think it's cool.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm cool. Just the fact you're near me might be. It's like the Fonzie effect.
It does kind of work me up.
You gotta be closer.
What, Mark, why'd you need to know about tickets?
Because I'm setting you, we're having a meeting at 9 a.m. Friday. I wanted to make sure you didn't have kids.
Oh.
Hey, and so I wrote that right down the seminars and stuff right by Centeno Schultz there. 27. Okay. Both at 6 p.m. in Broomfield.
And Dan, I have no idea what we're doing with Rowan. I thought you were printing paperwork for Tom.
I did.
What nights are they? They're both Thursdays, right? They're both Thursdays?
They're both Thursdays.
So, like, when I'm adding to this Google Calendar,
Uh-huh.
and I want to add him, how do I do that?
Okay, so what you do first is you save it.
Make sure I got the time, 9 a.m., blah, blah,
Okay. Save. Now go back to it. Click on it. Okay, and then hit here, and then add to copy to Tom's calendar.
Oh, cool.
So at Roman, Tom, you just told him to send a paper to him, that letter, and he hasn't responded. So it just says he's going to go to small things for
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Century RV. They're located in two places now. We love that they opened up a metro area place right west of the city, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims. It's next to Woodley's. And it's also on the 119 turnoff to Longmont, north of the city on I-25. They truly are a giant dealer, happen to be here, when I say giant, for Cougars and also for others. But Cougars, they have the lowest prices in the nation, the best selection in the nation, and the Labor Day sale is early, right?
They're killing it down there.
Yeah.
Discounts like you wouldn't believe. They're blowing these things out, man.
And don't forget, they service what they sell as well. So it's centuryrv.com or 303-453-1111, 453-1111.
Wait till I read this email. Remember yesterday we had the call, that kid buys a $2,400 vehicle, never got the title, the whole thing. There's two brothers involved, tow truck company.
Here's what happened.
It's a debacle.
He bought a car from a guy and paid cash, $2,400. The guy that sold the car did not own it. His brother did. He claims he gave the guy a title, and his brother signed that title, and it was ready to go. The brother claims that it's not true. He didn't sell it, and it was stolen. So now you have one brother accusing the other of stealing. So now the consumer met with the brother who owned the car, and in that meeting they grabbed the title and the bill of sale. So now the buyer has no proof of anything at all. But Mark talked to the deadbeat brother, the one that's accused of being a thief, and he promised to get the whole thing straightened out by getting a duplicate title and getting it signed by his brother.
That's right. That'd be Justin. So Justin did sell it to him. He acknowledged it. I have it recorded.
What's Justin's last name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I can get it, though.
Right.
I know where he
Henry.
works. Henry. He works for Red's Towing, which really has nothing to do with it, but hopefully his boss knows that maybe this guy's doing unethical stuff. But here's the deal. Clint calls yesterday, Deputy Clint, and Justin told me that his brother would sign it and get it done. Clint called up, and here's what Kyle, the brother that actually owned the car, wrote to the woman on Facebook. You call the Tom Martino show and tell them that you lied and slandered our names for no reason. Your son cannot get a title in his name without a signed one, so he is acknowledging here that they're really screwing this guy over. Then he put, this is between me and you. Keep your son out of it. I don't want him involved. Lose our phone numbers. Never contact us again about anything. Then, if you do these things, I will think about signing the title. They're thieves. In my opinion, at this point, he is acknowledging they didn't sign the title. They have it, and I have his brother, Justin, telling me he sold the kid the car, took cash, and his brother would sign the title. We call the cops.
So I think we need to call the cops. We need to sue them. And
they're jerks, too, man.
Justin Henry and Kyle Henry, in our opinion, you're two thieves. And I think, do you have his phone number?
You know what? I'll get it, and we'll give it out in a few minutes. But I can't believe this. They're blackmailing them to get what they paid for.
Now, how are they blackmailing them? By telling
They're saying if they don't call up and say that, that they slandered their names on TV, she doesn't get rid of their phone numbers.
First of all,
or else they're not going to do anything.
There's nothing a slander about it. She just talked about what happened. And Kyle, I don't know what business you're in or what you're doing, but we're going to haunt you, Kyle. You do not want to have a battle with us. We will haunt you. So Kyle Henry, anyone who knows Kyle Henry, he sounds like
he might be in the tow truck business.
He sounds like a thief. He sounds like an idiot, and he sounds like a bully. Now, okay, I got to take Jennifer. Jennifer, so this necklace has some sentimental value. What would you say, though, it's worth? I'm just curious. What is it worth on the market? Is it not worth much? Is it just mainly sentimental?
I would say it's worth between $350 and $400.
Okay. Now, Jennifer, is it gold or silver?
Silver. It's silver.
Now, you went to a hairdresser. How did the hairdresser break it? Or a hairstylist, whatever you call them.
She clipped it with clippers.
Oh, really? That happens? Yeah. I never thought of that. A clipper.
Well, it shouldn't happen, but it did happen.
Yeah. Well, she's clearly responsible to at least get it fixed, right? I mean, so is she refusing?
Yes. Her manager said they're not responsible. My husband was livid. He went in there, got the GM's information, called the GM, who refused to call him back. She just called the store back to have them call us.
What a stupid argument to have. What a stupid argument to have for this company not acknowledging that something that simple. Now, I want to make it clear. If they are denying it, that's one thing. But if they're just flat out refusing to deal with it, that's another. Are they denying it happened?
No.
Huh. Why would they ever want to fight then if they actually did it? Why wouldn't they just pay for it?
Did they charge for the haircut? Pardon me, Tom. I just wonder if
Good.
they charged you.
No, once I started crying, she did tell me the haircut would be free, and once my hair grew back enough, I could come back in 2 to 3 months to get it fixed.
Okay, hold on. What do you mean get it fixed?
They cut it so short that it's going to take 2 to 3 months to grow enough for them to even cut it again, which I would never even go back.
Well, why? So are you complaining about that the haircut in and of itself, had the necklace not been broken? I want to know the God's honest truth. Would you have been truly disappointed with the haircut?
Oh, God, yes. I was already crying. I didn't even know they clipped the necklace till I got up to leave in tears. And
Why did
fell on my neck.
Why does somebody cry over a hairstyle? Was it that bad?
Tom, try being a woman sometimes.
They cut it so short that, I mean, I looked, and this is the analogy I used. I said, I am a 46-year-old mother of 2. I look like a 13-year-old skater boy. This is not okay.
Okay.
You know, I had a haircut lady at Walmart one time. This old broad cut my ear, ended up getting infected.
Did you do anything?
Oh.
I was so upset, I couldn't tell you, man. I was bleeding all over the place.
Now, Jennifer, here's the deal. This is crazy. This is crazy. How much do you think it'll take to fix? We need to know how much. You have to get it estimate.
Yeah, no, I've had to have it fixed once before when my toddler daughter pulled it from my neck, and it was $75 because the chain actually links to the sides of the cross. It's not just to slide the jet.
Right.
Thing up, right.
Is it so it's a cross with a chain?
It's a diamond cross on a chain.
Get 2 estimates and sue them in small claims court if they don't want to pay it.
The damn small claims court is $30 or $40.
Well, you sue them for the court costs. You just add that in.
Now, that's what you can do, but we can also give it our old try.
What was the name of the place?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. It was Supercut in Thornton.
I'm pretty sure the one in Walmart was a Supercuts, too, that clipped my ear.
All the more they should, man, come on, Supercuts.
Yes, David, I got a haircut at Walmart. It's not owned by Walmart, but they rent space out.
Hey, I go to Floyd's. Who cares? Floyd's.
That's where I normally go is Floyd's. They are awesome.
I love Floyd's.
Yeah, I love them.
And so here's the deal. Doggone it.
I'll call over. I've been down this road.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Cool. I bet their argument is going to be, look, we gave her the haircut for free.
Wow.
How much?
Quit crying
but
and go
hold
away.
On. Let's talk about that, though. Let's talk about that. How much is the haircut?
Yeah, how much was the haircut?
It was probably going to be like $25.
I mean, is that what it cost?
It's Supercuts, yeah.
About 25? Okay, and the next one would be 25. So they're kind of saying we'll give you $50 of value. That's what they're saying. I'm not saying you agree with it. But
I don't know how much value there is. I could shave my own head for free.
Now you must have seen him. You must have seen him doing it. Can you send us a picture of what it looks? Did she send us one?
I did.
Yes, Tom.
Is it bad? Now, Suzanne, tell me the truth. Is it a bad haircut?
Well, I don't know, Tom. Here's the thing. Sometimes women, I
right,
say to my hairdresser
I want to look
at
it.
I don't know if
Let's
I want
put
to
it
look
up
like
on
the
Facebook,
woman
see what
or the
people think.
Do you mind? It's up to Jennifer. Jennifer, can we put it on Facebook?
Oh, it's hideous. Go ahead.
All right.
It is hideous.
All right. After the break, I'm going to weigh in on this. I'd like to know. And you go to our Facebook referral list. That's our Facebook referral list. And let's look at it. We're live, by the way, live on YouTube, live on referrallist.com, and also Facebook.com. And we'll see. Now, if they go to referrallist.com, the live feed, do our photos show up there too?
Yeah, he'll put them in.
All right. So let's talk about that, all right? We'll talk about it. 303-713-TALK. Cam Solar will give you a free analysis of your lot and how much solar generation you will make over a 20-year period. They do this by knowing your lot. They do it with imagery software and that famous word, algorithms, and they find out what it's going to produce and guarantee it for 20 years. They also guarantee parts and labor. I always like to say this, of course, all guarantees are predicated that the company's still around. Now, there's a good bet that's going to be, they're going to be around. Cam Solar, at least a good part of that. They've been around for years and years with 3,000 systems now up and operating, and they have great componentry. This is Cam Solar, so here's how you do it. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. When you go there, fill out the form. There's no obligation. They don't share your information, and all they do is give you this guaranteed this guaranteed prediction of what it will do. And wouldn't you like to know what your lot will do for solar, whether you want it or not? You may want it in the future. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter.
Yes.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
It's hard to tell with haircut, though.
It was supposed to be like that.
That's what I put. That's what I put. She wanted this. This is what she got.
I would not put that up on Facebook.
That's exactly how I do it. What do you think? Do it exactly like that.
She wanted this.
She wanted this.
A boy's haircut from the back.
This is how it ended up.
I don't know. Is this the picture of her? No, I don't think that.
These two are the front and the back of how she wanted it. That's what she goes in
That's
with.
a different shirt than that she's
So it doesn't matter. That's what she's going on in with. I want to look like
She
this.
wanted the front to look like her, the back to look like her.
Right.
Really?
Clearly, she doesn't have the same face shape for that haircut. Right. Nor does she know how to style it. So, I mean, that's styled with a brown brush and curling iron and all kinds of stuff. She's letting hers just air dry. That's an air dryer.
Just get it up.
That's what she got when she
Just
walked
get it
away.
up. She just said, get it up. This is what she wanted. This is what she got. What do you think? Simple as that. Simple. Did you get that one company down?
I just got it. I just got off the phone with doing the back end.
I would leave the back side off.
I walked her in.
Oh, cool.
And maybe.
And I got her in that other thing as you saw.
Wait, commercial? Did you add her? Because I was just in there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, it must have happened.
Oh, if you were in there when I was in there, you better double check it.
Yeah. Because I was in incognito, she was in.
Yeah, and then if I hit save, well, see, when there's 3 people in there,
Yeah.
whoever hit save last is what saves. So everything she did could be wiped
Why
out.
didn't we invite Doreen?
I did. She'll be here at noon.
Yeah, we need to go get Chick-fil-A. So maybe that's why when she was on,
she had to have Chick-fil-A.
when she was on the back end, she goes, "What's that in the listing?" Why would she even see that?
Oh yeah.
Because they can buy a new listing.
But she only shows up if she gets.
Because it said add a new listing. That's where you go in and
Like literally buy a new one.
And they can buy a banner. They can buy a listing. Absolutely.
Were these in the car?
Yes.
I'm such an idiot.
You know what? Is it one? Is that the size? Because I'll stop by and pick up.
No, you really, I think I have them stashed somewhere. I gotta find them. Don't do it yet.
Okay. Well, I feel like they're $1.
Worst.
They're $1.
The worst.
And then I can have some in my drawer. And I just thought it would.
Buy them 100 pairs.
Okay, so
I only need them for like this stuff here. I can't. This is this tiny.
So Mark,
and she's not.
I didn't realize that. So they can buy.
I'd have to look through.
Banners.
There might not be any options once you click. I just have to
No,
go
when
look.
she clicked on it, GF100 came up, and then it had listing and it had banner.
I'll have to look at it because I'll probably get rid of it so I can't even.
Yeah, because that's what caused a big snafu yesterday when Mikey was here. Thank God he was here. Because it was the whole back end was all messed up, and so I had to completely recreate that page and dump the other one. Pain in the butt.
I couldn't have done that Baba better, man. We were in and out of Baba.
Good if they've been dropping
Look at
their
that
phones.
shit. Now it's starting to go.
They always.
I might get back in it. Baba.
Don't they? Usually during breaks, they drop it
I
left and
sold
right.
it.
And then
Yesterday I sold it 180.
I'm like, how
Well,
do they
that's
do that?
that's so that they don't do it.
A lot of it too. $5 a share, 1,000 shares.
Like, in terms of
Buy
what
TV
you know
and
what?
I refuse to use that
4 days, 5 days,
more than every 30 minutes. Okay?
I know. Fucking A, I agree with you, man.
Unless there's an appropriate reason, but then it'll
This is
just be like
true.
every other word.
That's right. Well, after I started working here, I would go home and I'd drop an F-bomb, not even realize it. And my husband's like, scared me. And I'm like, I know, this is horrible. These people are,
They rub off on you.
do.
But it's a great word. Used in the right
Have
way.
you ever used to look up the thing, F word used in every sentence? It's this whole thing and it sounds like NPR, where they're like, the F word, you know, used in a sentence, you know, used as a word in every sentence. Fuck the fucking fuckers. You know, I mean, it's like, and it talks about it in that monotone voice.
And then what do you think?
Well, you know this guy Pecker, who with the National Enquirer that they've given immunity to.
What's that?
I've seen people.
Who's that?
He is the owner of the National Enquirer.
Oh, right.
And he knows where all the bodies. He's been granted immunity, but I've seen people
Are you
saying, "Oh, you just got him dick by a dick."
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mark, did you call a hairstylist?
No, I will, I promise.
All right.
I'll call in a minute.
All right. I'm going to go look at it, but I feel so
I left
bad.
my phone downstairs.
Roman, we did not forget about you, honest to God. I've been talking to Dan. He was looking for some stuff, and the only thing we could find, and I apologize for this, I'm not sure if we did more or not, but we only could find, Dan, the original inquiry, right? And what did we tell him? It was kind of generic, wasn't it? We knew that we were going to check with the warranty company, I thought.
Well, no, that's what Roman was going to do, check
Right.
with the warranty company.
Okay, and find out, because here's the problem. Roman's car was bought with a warranty, and it all comes down to this. Did the mechanic get warranty authorization to do the repairs or not? That's really what it comes down to. Right, Roman?
Yes.
Okay, but here's what I don't understand. There were repairs needed under warranty, but then weren't there extra repairs needed because he dropped the thing in the engine?
Yeah, so in the beginning, they were going back and forth on the original repair to fix a broken valve spring.
And he dropped it. He didn't use a keeper. He dropped it.
Yeah, well, I guess he did attempt to use a keeper, but broke the valve.
And a lot of times they say you position the engine where the piston is, so even if it does drop, it doesn't drop all the way. It was such a stupid mistake. I think he should pick up that cost on his own. Was he willing to do that?
No, I sent him a certified letter, which I emailed to the Troubleshooter address.
Yeah.
Just a little while ago, asking for that amount.
How much? Okay, first of all, is the warranty covering any of it?
No, they denied the claim.
Okay. We have two problems. You know what they are?
One's betterment.
One is the warranty. No, that's what I mean as far as the original problem. One is the warranty, period. It should have fixed the original problem. Two is this mechanic causing additional problems. So somewhere along the line, both of them owe you money. Now, why is the warranty company denying the claim?
Because their procedure is to authorize a number, a repair number.
Doesn't that sound too much like, I call it, form over substance, where it should be
flim-flam?
Yeah. So this warranty, how much did you pay for it?
$2,600.
Oh my God! How much was the vehicle?
It was a $35,000.
Is this warranty? Is this warranty self-funded by the dealer? Do you know? Is it a real warranty or is it through the dealer?
It's it's contracted through this company in Texas.
Oh, so it's an independent party.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, I see. Okay, they say he violated procedure. How much is this? What was wrong with the car originally before the valve dropped?
Broken valve spring, which there was back and forth between them on how to repair it.
Would that have been, would that have been covered under normal circumstances?
Yep.
And this is what I need to know, the only reason not covered is they didn't get an authorization number.
Yep.
Here's what I would do. I would ask them, if it was covered, how much would you have covered if it was done properly?
So that's what you asked me the first time, and then I called
I know,
back.
because I'm consistent in my thought pattern. And then I would say, hold on, no. Then I would say sue them in small claims court for that amount. And then we also go after the mechanic for the other amount. I don't think you're going to get the mechanic on both of them. You're just going to get the mechanic for the extra labor. How much was the whole bill? Was $5,000, right?
Yep.
All right. So anyway,
I have since canceled the warranty and got a refund of $2,200.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good.
Because they denied it, so I'm pretty much done with them.
Okay, then what I would do is go after the mechanic, because apparently, now what's the name of the shop?
I keep saying it wrong.
Mark?
Tech One Automotive.
Okay, we have never actually called them, right?
No.
All right, that's the next step. I know. I wanted you to do your homework first, and you did. So that's the next step, Dan. I know what they're going to say. It's not our fault. The warranty should have covered it. And we're going to say, you did not submit it properly. Therefore, it was turned down. But he's not going to like the rest of what I have to say. And that is this. He got a refund for the warranty. Technically, this valve spring problem would have been on him. If you look at it in a pure sense of the word, of the world, when he bought it, pretend he didn't have a warranty, how much would it have cost him to fix the valve spring? And then, how much was the total bill, and subtract one from the other and collect that amount from the mechanic. However, that's not what we're going to do. That's in a pure world. I would go after that mechanic and say, look, obviously he had a problem when he came in here, but you made it worse by not doing the warranty properly, and also by dropping the valve. But Roman, the next thing I'm going to tell you, which I know you're not going to like, between you and me, and whoever's listening, that mechanic does not owe you the full $5,000. No way, no how, because your car was not perfect going in there.
I'm asking him for the removal and replacement of the motor, which he charged me $2,600 for, and the machine shop time.
Why the machine? Why the machine shop?
Because that had to be done because he had to remove the motor.
Okay, I agree with you. How much does that all come to?
$3,060 some.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, 303-713-TALK. I haven't forgotten about the hairstylist and all that. We're going to make some calls. And then, Tony, I know that you have an issue with Solar City, and we'll get right to that, of course, and figure out what that is. They're normally a pretty good city. I mean, pretty good company. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, and really what it boils down to is you're accused of a crime and you get a defense. That's how the system works. But specifically, let's talk about DUI. That's mostly what he deals with from my audience. Prevent it. Okay, that's your best thing. Prevent it. Uber, Lyft, designated driver. He's not going to preach to you like me, okay? What he will do is help you get through the system with minimal damage. That's what his job is. Even if you want to plead guilty, you can't do it alone. Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. Now off of big cases, by the way. He's taking $500 off for Martino listeners. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
You want me to call that mechanic and try to ruffle him up?
Yeah, a little, if you can.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You got that paper? I just want his letter there, or I could print it out again.
No, this is fine.
Okay, thanks. No, I think the guy's very fair, just asking for $3,000.
He's very fair.
God, that's funny.
He's going to hell.
I have no doubt about it, man.
Why? What happens?
I know Dan now after. Dan, let me see
the
shenanigans.
Where all the good
Look what he was doing.
And I didn't want to do this.
I want to see the photograph. Go ahead.
Whoop, whoop.
Dan.
I have.
Her hair, she didn't show me the behind. That haircut is not bad. I don't know what.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's just
She's doing it.
She's just emotional.
She doesn't
There's
know how to
nothing
style
wrong.
it.
Even that's not red.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but I would want that too.
I mean, that's why I say sometimes women want to look like the picture, not the hair. You know what I mean? Like, we're guilty of that. It's true.
So the haircut aside, they were only going to give her $25 for the hair. They gave her the haircut
For the bad hair.
And a free haircut.
And when it grows out, come back and we'll fix it.
That's 50.
Which, who the hell in their right mind would do if they hated it?
Why would you go back?
Why would you go back
Well,
to
because
someplace
they
that
have
was
because they have a lot of hairstylists. You can't just.
You wouldn't go back to someplace that.
I would.
We are.
If it was Floyd's and there was one stylist that did that, I wouldn't assume they're all bad.
Do we have a phone number for the hair
I do.
place?
You just can't do it.
I think it would look, if they put sunglasses on her,
But
it would
then
look
they-
almost the same.
The necklace.
Daniel,
You know what?
you need to
You
time
need
out
to tell
here.
her that Mark recommends Walmart to get your hair cut.
I was so pissed.
But the necklace is the important.
Right.
10 years
that's the thing.
later, David, he still bitches about
So,
Dude, she clipped
Tom, did you
a
see
part of my
necklace?
ear. And it
No.
hurt like hell.
Mike Tyson.
Blood's coming
It was
out.
saying
Mike
was-
Tyson?
A week later, it's like a cauliflower. It's all, what do you call it?
That's what
Swollen.
No, infected. I end up as a doctor. I'm on
Those
penicillin.
newfangled horizontal crosses.
She was so old, too, that I couldn't even
So
yell at
that's,
her.
I was
I was
wondering
afraid
how
she'd
it
die.
is. That's the way you wear it like
But
that,
it was
like that.
cut with.
Sometimes
new
it's more
style.
expensive to fix it than to replace the
Why do
chain,
they
but
do
that's
that?
a unique
Why is that
chain.
new style horizontal crosses?
I guess I didn't.
A lot of
I don't know.
I thought something was messed up. It was like,
I totally
see this here is.
Mark, I have Yahtzee, Machowski, and Culkin for Friday, okay? You told me to get Yahtzee in.
This is
I think with some earrings and glasses, it looked the same.
Daniel, I just want to shave your head.
He's going to go to hell.
He's ready to train.
I did want to mark.
Now that she's gone, I'll say this. That wasn't my worst haircut. The worst haircut I ever got was from Suzanne. I bought her an instructional video at Walmart, and it came with this kit. So you watch the VHS, and you have everything to cut the hair. It was horrible.
Do you like the functionality of our program there? The one.
This?
No, in general.
Remix? Oh, absolutely. It's very good. I don't know.
Oh, it's a great program.
I don't know how to compare it against, but
Mark
it's
looked
very
at a lot of
well.
them. I remember.
Well, for one that you don't have to pay for monthly. Remember, it was a one-time fee.
Right.
Mark and I are thinking about doing an hour just on the net.
Just on the net?
Well, where we can do, full-blown.
Called Unplugged.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we.
Oh, I'm probably just can do. Ooh, that'd be cool. You could let your hair down.
Bitches and hoes.
It's the only fucking show of its kind.
No, I wouldn't swear just for the hell of it, but.
Would you take calls?
Yeah, if we could. We're trying to figure out the technology
Right.
on how we would do it. It can't be that difficult, but I want to try to avoid using that board, because if you use that board, that's where it ties up people and the studio. But we would love to do it.
We could do it down in your.
That's what I'm hoping. If we can figure out the technology, we have the broadband, we have everything except that board down there. Taking calls is a very difficult thing to do, more so than people believe.
Not if we can use the equipment. There must be one. We must be able to book this room one day a week.
Here's what I
and
want.
Suzanne simply takes a call.
If we could take a feed from that, I could have a computer on Skype. Somebody Skypes there, and as soon as we know it's not genitalia, we can transmit the picture to there and put it alongside our feed, with like split frame. That's fun. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. That's right, ideal. Why do I call it ideal, or why do they call it ideal? Because it's not one size fits all. Remember that. You don't have to have a 30-year loan. You want to get the lower rate, you can go to any term you want, any term. They also do credit optimization, meaning they tweak your credit legally and quickly. You don't even know what's happening. You're approved. A lot of companies say that's good enough. They don't say good enough. They will get you better pricing, because what they do is they literally will tweak things.
could be paying down one balance or another. They'll tell you do this, do that. Okay, the other thing, of course, is the interest rate guarantee, perhaps the most important. No matter what happens over the next 2 years, when rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. The other thing I love, the pre-approval. It's like a cash deal. You're approved, not qualified, approved. The money's waiting to be given to you within hours. You just need the appraisal and title work. 303-867-7000. 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Tony, if I could come over there and apologize to you in person, I would for you waiting so long. So, what is going on? I hope you're there. God, did she hang up?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. What's happening?
After the June hailstorm, we contacted a roofer and arranged for the roof to be replaced.
All right.
And in doing so, we had to arrange for the solar panels to be removed.
And reinstalled, right?
Right. And so the copy that I sent you says that they will take them off within 30 days, working around the roofers.
Who will?
Solar City.
Okay.
Or Tesla, actually.
And do they do it for the price of the estimate?
No, they charge $4.99. It's in there.
But your insurance will pay that. You know that.
Yes.
I just want you to know
Yes,
that. Okay.
Yes, the insurance included that in, yes.
Okay, go ahead. So what's the problem?
So the problem is the roofer...
And that's reinstalled too for the $4.99.
Right. It
Okay.
includes the reinstall.
Gotcha.
So the Solar City removed the panels on the 14th of August, and they coordinated that with the roofer. The roofer then put the new roof on.
All right, we don't have to go through step by step. What's the problem today? They didn't reinstall? Because otherwise, it really doesn't matter. Then they didn't put it on, then they did put it on. Okay. So I need to know today, what's the status?
When the crew finished removing
what's the status today?
They're not there, and they say that they cannot put them back until
Thank
March.
you for telling me that. That sucks. Now, what is the reason they give you?
They don't have a crew. They're booked up taking things off.
Because of all the storms. So you're not getting the benefit of your system.
Right. Don't get the benefit of the system, and they've told me that I can have somebody else do it. They even emailed me the specs. However...
Okay, the work timeline.
Pardon?
Tesla, I'm looking at your contract with the original purchase. Okay?
That's not the original contract for the solar system, but that's the contract to take them off and put them back on.
For the $4.99.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could have had someone else do it, right? Tesla will perform the work within a reasonable amount of time after we sign this agreement,
right,
but no later than 2 months.
Right.
Are they going beyond 2 months?
Yeah, they're saying March.
Okay. I would get the $4.99 back.
It's just like their Model 3 car they can't deliver. Something's going on at Tesla.
I'm serious. You get the money back and have an independent put them back up. I mean, hold on a sec. We'll talk to Cam Solar about if they have crews or how much it costs or just general information, if anything. And they're not related to these guys, so we'll do that coming up.
Tom, I think they said that they have someone else do it, the warranty is now null and void.
Well, they can't have it both ways. That's bullshit.
I'm pretty sure that's what she had said.
Welcome to Elon Musk and Tesla.
Yeah,
you can order a car 4 years ago and not get it.
He'll just start sobbing if you talk to him.
He will. He cries like you've never seen.
Like John Boehner. Cries like John Boehner did.
No,
all
worse
the time.
than John Boehner. Way worse.
No, Boehner was a crier, man. Boehner would cry over a chess game. Tesla's really in trouble. People don't get it yet. They're going to see, man. They're going to see.
Well, just this going public thing.
Well, they already said we're not. We're going private.
Right.
Now the board's saying we got to find someone that can really run this. We like him because he's a visionary.
Right.
But he's crazy. Right. That one rapper said he was on acid when he was tripping or tweeting.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people, man?
Because people, like I said, that technology, they got their people that would do anything for them. Well, this is the greatest saving the planet.
Type in President Trump and what do you get? I'm Chris Foster, Fox News Radio. The president claims good news about him on the internet is being suppressed.
She probably wanted to come out looking like the wanted picture from the neck down.
knew you were.
I'm going to go back to it.
Go back to what?
I'm going back to Tony and to Jennifer.
Which one was the haircut one?
Jennifer.
I'm going to go call right now. I'll go call Super Clips.
Super cuts.
Whatever it is. I combined it two bad places into one.
Yeah, I go to Great Clips.
Claiming adequate security could have stopped Sunday's shooting at a video game tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. Attorney says we will be filing a negligent security lawsuit on behalf of several victims for whose exposure were severely hurt in a significant way. 2 people died with 9 wounded by shooting before the killer's suicide. Looking to share significant records on plans online. The judge's ruling won't stop a S&P Texas-based defense distributed says
We've been in the game for 13 years. Constant writing, constant strategy space, library clients, lots of agencies, 2 million revenue. We listen to our clients. We understand their pain points. We know their challenges. We build a platform that addresses those challenges. I've written 2 books on content marketing. I've built content marketing. I've done content strategy for big companies. I have a deep passion for content marketing and helping companies be successful.
Trying to figure out how to respond to a potential client. She keeps asking for information. I give her the information, and then okay, well, we're not ready to pull the trigger yet. Well, I keep giving you the information that you should be paying me for, so I'm not giving you any more information. You either want my services or you don't.
They don't want to sign anything?
Right.
Okay.
No. See, and I get the calls where they'll call once, 2, 3 times asking for, that's the way they want is free legal advice. And then I just get to a point where it's like, I'm fine answering your questions, but we've gotten to a point where you need to come in and, or I'm going to start charging you for it.
You
and I
need
say it
to
in a
sign
nice
a
way.
contract or I can't help you anymore. I feel bad because I want to help her. I want to make this better for them. But
it's business.
You keep asking the questions that other clients are paying me for. I can't keep giving it to you for free. Just
I know exactly what you're doing.
It's hard to write those emails.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's. Mostly sunny today with a high of 74. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low of 53. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 87. Thursday, mostly sunny and a high.
Do you still have a place out in the Elizabeth area?
No, I've never really been near Elizabeth. I was farthest. I went south. I was right on Parker Road. Well, the land set me back quite a bit, but it was right near Franktown, north of Franktown.
Oh, okay.
That's as far away as I ever lived.
For some reason, we all thought, well, I don't know who all thought, somebody told me that you
Had a place in
had a
Elizabeth.
place.
I've owned subdivisions.
Yeah, it must have been. They're off at 29 and Smoky Hill,
I've had
166. Okay. Okay.
I've had several subdivisions through the years that I've developed. So, and then my first wife, her name is Martino. Even before we got married, she kept her name there. She lives out there and always has.
That must be what it is then.
What's that?
Okay.
Donna always lived out in the country.
Oh yeah, out in Elizabeth now, right?
She has horses.
I think she's not in the same house as back then, though, right?
No, she's moved. I think. Let's see.
A couple times.
She moved out of our home. We moved out. And
Well, I
she
knew
got
that.
it 1, 2. This is her third.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience? Pulling open a bag of formulated, extruded, processed cereal.
And all she writes about on her Facebook page are horses. I swear to God, I don't think I've ever seen a post that's not horse related.
Really? She did love horses. She got taken to the cleaners on horses,
I
too.
think so, but
Hey, man, that was a tough business back in 2000. Well, everything was a
it's
tough
always
business.
a tough business. It shouldn't even be called horse business. It's horse hobby. I mean, no one makes money in horses. I mean, 1 out of 1,000.
Yeah, just the racing guys.
Well, yeah, you could. That's right, racing.
But the IRS challenges it all the time as a
But
hobby.
even racing, my God in heaven, even horse racing, you only hear about the winners, man. They're for every winner. Look at the thousands of people.
Thousands.
And the same with Polo. God.
Polo's not even big here, is it? Isn't it big in other countries?
Oh my God. Yeah, and it's big in other parts of the country, of this country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Kentucky.
But
We
yeah,
actually had a team, a hockey,
that has to be
polo
the most
team in
expensive
college.
sport in the world. You know why? Because you can put your scuba gear away or your skis, and they don't eat.
Oh, F. Pop. He was into it. He plays, doesn't he?
Who?
F. Pop.
Yeah. Which he doesn't look like a horse guy to me.
God, no, he doesn't.
You know, I just.
More like a donkey kind of guy.
I love horses. God, they're just the most fun animals.
They will make sure you get terms that work for you. Call 844 Larson Tax.
You just have to understand them and understand. When you understand them and you don't have the expectations that, you know, people that have dogs and cats. They're such wonderful animals.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Okay, I got an update on Supercuts. Or no, what's it called?
Yeah, Supercuts.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. The go-to guys for FixMyHome.com. FixMyHome.com is an easy way to remember them right now. I love what they're doing. You want to talk about something cool? They're doing for $39 a licensed tech to your home, whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, to find your problem no matter how long it takes. You know, we talk about great goods and services here. I'm going to talk to Matt about his concert tickets. Danny, your photo enforcement. I just got popped with one. That's a funny story. I'm going to tell you what happened. And then Tony with Solar City and Tesla. Man, this sucks. It really sucks. And I'll tell you why. I think they try to get you in this catch-22. This is wrong, in my opinion. Totally wrong. Jennifer, she's the one who went to the hairstylist, got her necklace broken. They offered her some stuff. And we're talking about that because we were weighing in on her hairstyle. And here's the bottom line. That's what we do here. We help. And we get involved with you. So we work even when you don't hear it on the air. We're working off the air. We have our deputies that do a great job working off the air for us and for you. So Fix It 24/7 for $39. Let's say you have a light flickering. Or you hear pipe hammering, or you hear water running, or let's say you have an issue with your heat, a cold spot, or you have something with air, something's icing up. Whatever it is, for $39, they will find the source and completely explain it in writing what it will cost to fix it. If you decide to have it fixed, buy them, and to me, you won't do any better, and you'll have no greater value ever. If you do it with them, they'll subtract. You don't pay the $39. And they even subtract another $77. That's it. You get $77 off any work, and you don't pay the $39. If you want to shop around, all you pay is the $39. Fix It 24/7, 720-526-3939. 526-3939. That's 720. So next one. Let's talk. We looked into this. Tony, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is a problem. By the way, David Salisbury with us, attorney at law for wills, probate, estates, trusts, and all of that. And Tony, here's the deal.
Okay.
They say for $4.99 they will remove and replace your panel at a reasonable time, and you sign a contract. That's above and beyond you buying this system or leasing this system from them. Here's what I don't like, according to Deputy Dan, and I hope it's not true. If you have a hailstorm and you have one of these leased systems, I have nothing against leasing solar systems. If you have a good lease and you're going to stay in the home, you don't have to worry about somebody assuming it, and it's a low payment. I don't mind it, and it's probably less than your electric bill. In general, I don't mind solar leases, and Solar City's a solid company, at least it was. But here's the problem, the biggest problem. If they don't allow you to have them removed and replaced on your own, let's say your roofer has someone who can do it. Let's say they know a sub who can take off the panels, they replace the roof, and put the panels back on. What would really bother me if Solar City says you can't do that or avoid your warranty. If that's the case, God, do they suck. And this would change my entire opinion of them. Do you know if you are allowed to hire an independent to do it?
They say I am. They even
Thank
emailed
God.
the specs.
Good.
However, I think the original contract with them says that we will void it. but they're telling me to do it now.
If you get that in writing, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would get them to sell you in writing. Here's what they have so much demand right now.
From a customer service supervisor, that my fear is she's not authorized to really say that.
That's why I'm saying
void my contract.
That's why I'm saying to get it in writing or in an email.
Email.
It's and will they refund your $4.99?
No, they just say they won't charge the second half.
That's chicken crap.
I don't know what's going on with that company, man.
What really makes me mad is their crew told us once they completed taking them down. That's when they told us that they couldn't reinstall till March.
Right. I know. Listen, I understand. I totally agree with you on your frustration. What were you, I'm curious. What were you hoping we would do or say? Were you hoping we would call them and spark them to get it done?
I don't know. I was hoping that you would see that this is going to affect hundreds of people.
Thousands.
We're on a fixed income. We don't, we don't, the higher energy bills that we're looking at for 8 months.
Yeah. You know what?
It's just, the whole thing is I cannot believe the shabby customer service.
I am so frustrated with Tesla right now. Tom, do you realize these guys lose like $700 million a quarter? And Elon is out there with these weird tests saying they're going to bring them. It's crazy. Something is going on at Tesla. It's not good, man.
Do you notice how emotional this clown is? Have you noticed it?
Oh, he cries all the time.
He cries at the drop of a hat. Oh, my company is doing bad. Oh, not enough people have solar.
I'm the biggest shorty out there.
No, he does. He gets emotional. Oh, I grew up kind of, poor. Yeah. And then, it goes on and on. I want to call. No, really. It's not their fault there's a demand and they can't keep up with the tear off.
It is their fault that they didn't schedule better or they won't hire more crew.
No, that's their fault. I was just about to say that. So, Suzanne, what do we do about this?
Maybe we can get through to Elon.
Let's try.
All right.
Something has to be done. I think that they should refund you the whole $4.99. The first half too. Okay, Danny, what's going on in your life, Danny?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the photo enforcement.
Okay. Now,
I was traveling with.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You got a ticket, right? Was it for speeding or running a light?
Speeding.
Okay, Danny, it's like any other ticket in the world. Okay, it is a ticket. It is an accusation. If the officer wrote it to you or if it was done by photo, it's exactly the same. The only time it differs is when they send it to collections. Now, remember what I just said. Collections, not when they ask for payment. It's okay to say, look, if you pay it now, it's this much money. If you go to court, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. That's like they do with any ticket. When it's not okay is when they send it to collections and tarnish your credit or try to, as if it is a foregone conclusion you owe the money, because it doesn't yet become a bill until you're found guilty. Then it's a true credit situation where you owe the money. In the beginning, it's just an accusation. So the way to do it, Denver does it the right way. Denver does not write you a photo radar ticket, and they don't threaten you with a collections agency. They simply serve you personally to go to court. And then if you don't go to court, it's just like any other thing. If you don't go to court, you're going to get a warrant out for your arrest. So that at that time, you have a choice. Should I just pay the money or not? But if you don't, you can still go to court and fight it. But they can't just simply say you owe the money. You don't owe the money until a judge decides you owe the money or unless you admit it. That's the only time you owe the money.
And it's so hard to prove it in court if there was no officer there. Let's say legitimately there's an ambulance, a fire truck behind you, and they're pushing you through, and you got to speed up to get out of the way.
Yeah.
There's a million different things that could go wrong, and you could get one of these tickets and not deserve one.
So really, that's it in a nutshell. So, Danny, what municipality was it? Denver?
Denver.
Yeah.
The thing about it is when I saw that photo flash go on, I told my wife, I says, okay, we're going to come back and see where was he parked at. So we did. We came back, and I parked about a block down, and I watched it. I said, vehicles go by, and then the flash goes on.
Yeah.
So I walked over on the sidewalk to look in. There was no officer in there.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There doesn't have to be.
Well, arguably.
It's an accusation.
Yeah,
there
correct.
doesn't have to be.
You should be able to face whoever's accusing you of anything.
Yeah, but you know what? Then you do it. You go to court.
That's right.
But it's an accusation, Danny. But here's the thing. Here's what I do. I ignore all of them until I am personally served. That's what I do. I ignore them. But that's what I do. I'm not telling you do it, because they don't get around to serving everyone. And by the way, they do get around to serving me now, because I had said this and made such a big deal about it that literally the next day or the next 2 days they served me.
He did, and it's even funnier than that.
Yeah.
Because they added $20 more to it.
Yeah.
Because she had to walk here.
It was called a search fee. Come on, because I wasn't home, so they said they had to search for
That
me.
was the best.
Yeah,
You fought that and won, though.
That's really hard to find Tom Martino when he's on the air from 10 to 1. What?
Tom, on the solar call, I was going to fight for her. She said she hasn't paid them anything yet. This may be more simple than I thought.
Good.
Just go with a different company, right?
Here's what I do. Go with a different company to reinstall them using that email saying it's okay to do that. But then I wouldn't pay them. And then would they put a lien on the house, you
well,
think?
they breached the contract anyway. They can't
Exactly.
perform.
You're so right, Suzanne. They did. That would be her argument. You're right. And of course, a judge would have to ultimately rule they breached, but I would do that. Now, Jennifer, okay, we have two issues. You don't like the haircut, and they broke your necklace. They were willing to pay to let that necklace, they say, okay, we did break the necklace. Now, they were willing to give you a credit for this one, in other words, not charge you for the haircut, and then have you come back and do another haircut, but you're saying the hair is so bad you don't want to go back, right?
Oh, yeah, I would never, yeah.
But, Jennifer, here's something a little unfair on your part, because I'm being objective. You can't say that every single haircut you're going to get from every single stylist will be bad, because one stylist at Supercuts did a bad job. That's the only observation.
No. Every stylist in that salon had their hands on this haircut trying to get it right.
But Jennifer, that was after the first one did it. What I am saying is this, that you can't assume that you will never get a good haircut there. It's just unreasonable, Jennifer. Now, I'm not saying you don't have a good case. You do. They broke your necklace, and I promise you I will address that coming right up. I will promise you.
Ooh, wait till you hear what they said.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. Simply Floors Inc. will get you savings. Now, they have a showroom, southwest corner of 52nd and Ward, but you don't have to go there. You can go to Simply Floors Inc. and make your own in-home appointment. They'll bring all the popular floor coverings, and that's where you can select what you want and get the best installation available, along with designer services. They're faster, better, and cheaper than anyone else in these big box stores and these big giant mills and so-called outlets and carpet exchanges. They're better. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Also, David Salisbury's in the studio if you have any questions on estates, probate, wills, trusts. And when he's not here, he's at 720-493-3911.
This report is brought to you by
It's relatively quiet in the metro area. One town gets underway on this Tuesday. A little bit of slowing in the tech center.
So what they say, are you going to tease us?
What's that?
What's Supercuts say?
I'll tell you this. The woman that answered said, I knew that woman was going to be problems. She goes, actually, she said, let me guess, this is the lady with the necklace and the bad haircut. I knew that woman was going to be problems. Just like that. And she was there. It's pretty good. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's a completely different story on one aspect.
See how he teases us?
I know.
I'm teasing you just like the audience.
He doesn't want to give that kernel away.
See, people are listening on.
Give it up, Major.
Give it up.
Give it up.
Give that kernel up.
Come on, man.
God, they got some nice bands.
Closest thing to a safe, real-life, limitless
My favorite jewelry store. There's one here locally I like. I'm not big into
I
jewelry.
just got the ding ding that the accent started driving on automatic.
Oh, cool.
So that's good.
I sent you a link. Check it out. I like this one right here.
Gee, since you started talking since Tesla, they're down $4.
Hate Tesla.
How are you?
Hate Tesla.
How are the
How do you lose? How do you lose $750 million a quarter?
You know, another thing is they bought the where they manufacture the cars in California. They paid like 10 cents on a dollar for that thing. It was a GM plant or something like that. They got it just super cheap because they moved out of there. But to believe that much money, though.
I just can't believe that. And then him coming out there, he cost me some money. I was shorting their stock, and he came out with that BS tweet. Ended up costing me about $4,000. I'll never forget it till the day I die.
And you cost me money.
Yeah, you and your great freaking
No, you
thing.
told me.
I'm Dan. Guess who I'm going to short? Tesla.
You told me what you
Yeah.
were going to say during the.
Good, Dan.
No, you said he's just going to use the N word in the.
I said he was. I said our only chance the stock's going to go down is if he pulls a Papa Murphy and stops dropping the N-word during the conference call.
You know, Tesla.
They should. That guy, I couldn't even believe, man.
Tesla can do anything he wants, and people love him. I don't understand.
No, they're
Kinda
starting to turn
Jeff,
on him.
It's like Jeff Bezos. He got people investing for 20 years.
Yeah, but he's making people a fortune.
But they didn't know that for 20 years.
So they like this.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Pro Auto Care is your car nanny. That means they will keep track of all your maintenance, all your repairs, everything needed on that car based on your VIN number and your estimated mileage that you drive. And in between every single repair, you get 36,000 miles worth of roadside assistance. So basically, you're in the family, Pro Auto Care family. Seriously. So, you know, think about it. You get, I don't keep track. They do. I get a note. Okay, time for an oil change. Thank goodness. Time to flush the coolant. Time to do this. Time to do that. Have you checked your pressure today on this or that? And then I got stuck one time on the side of the road. I said, this is for real. I really do have roadside assistance, right, Al? He says, of course. Boom. I had it. So, Pro Auto Care. It's that easy. 303-PRO-AUTO. 303proauto.com. All right, question for David from John. John, go ahead. And Jennifer, we haven't forgotten about you. I need to get this in for David. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, David. What is the benefit of a trust, putting everything in a trust when you are, you know, I'm in my 60s, to do that as opposed to doing a will?
Well, if you've got everything in a trust, then you avoid probate, because when you die, you don't own anything. There's nothing in your name if you have properly, legally transferred all the assets into the trust. That's one reason. And the other reason is...
That's no small thing.
No.
The trust is like a person, your alter ego, and it continues.
That's right. It does. And it can continue after your death if you wanted to.
Right.
For your kids, grandchildren, whoever. The other reason to have one is in the event that you become disabled or incompetent, all the eggs are in one basket in that trust. So it serves those two purposes of no probate, help you out if you're disabled, but again, it can last not forever, but it can last a long time and serve not just you, but your wife, your kids, your grandchildren.
Does that answer it?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, so here's what we've all talked about. First and foremost, they do owe you. They do. They owe you the value of a repair. Now, as far...
maybe not.
Hold on. And then I'm going to give my thing, and then you can go with what they said. So if everything, as you said, they owe you the repair. The next thing is this, and this is really important. The haircut, you can't be forced to take a credit from anywhere. Okay, even if it's a great place, you can't be forced to go back and take a credit if you don't want to go back. So if someone breaks something of yours, they can't force you to pick anything in the store or come back for a free service. But I think you should if it was offered, and I'll tell you why. And again, this is just between you and me. And everyone who looked at our Facebook and YouTube and referralist.com, I think your hairstyle is fine. Honest to God, I do. I'm looking at that hairstyle, and I don't see anything wrong with it. You may not like the way you look, but we all said, hey, you know what? That's a nice-looking hairstyle. But that's aside.
I didn't.
Well, what did you say?
If she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it.
Okay, but I'm talking about objectively.
I don't know. I can't look at that crap. You can. You can really tell
Yeah,
if she should like it.
Did I say she
No, I'm
should
just
like
asking.
it? I absolutely did not say she should like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what I said was, I think it's a lovely haircut. I'm giving my opinion. Suzanne, what do you think, honestly?
It's fine, Tom.
Okay, you know, some people don't have opinions, and again, as Mark says, if you don't like it, you don't like it, but you had plenty of time to talk, I think, when you're getting your hair cut. I see what people are doing and say, hey, could you do this a little shorter or keep that a little longer?
They said that you knew that was a brand new girl. Is that true?
What difference?
It is, and I told them I don't think she's able to do this, and it wasn't until I was in that chair for 2.5 hours.
Well, I'm saying she had plenty of warning that she might not get a good haircut.
Wow.
They didn't say that. She said, "Oh, I can do this." I supplied pictures of the front of how I wanted it to look. I supplied pictures of how I wanted the back to look. Haircut aside, it happened.
I talked to hold on though. I talked to the woman that said she fixed it for you, and you were so happy that you hugged her. Did that at least take place?
No.
That's
I
odd.
cried. I was crying when I left that place.
They also said, that same woman that said that she fixed it, that the necklace was 100% intact when she left.
Wait a minute. So they're saying flat out she lied about it?
They're saying the necklace was not broke.
Oh, come on.
And the woman I talked to said she actually fixed the haircut. This woman was so happy they hugged like sisters.
Wow. No.
Well, I tend to believe you because I've been down the road of bad haircuts.
Hey, do we have any proof it was broken at the time?
I took a picture of it. No, I don't have.
Did you take a picture of it in that place with your hand out showing you were there? Because they're flat out denying it now.
Well, the GM's going to call me though.
All right, we're gonna continue this. 303-713-8255. We will continue it. Matt, what's going on with you? Hello, Matt.
How you guys doing?
What's going on with you? I'm sorry for the wait. What's happening?
No worries. My birthday was this weekend. I wanted to go see Dave Matthews Band at Fiddler's Green.
Yeah.
That's a hot ticket item, very pricey.
I don't understand why, but it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think doesn't he play for the Grateful Dead or something?
No, Dave Matthews. No.
It's the same kind of crowd.
Jerry Garcia does, but wait a minute. I don't equate Dave Matthews with Deadheads. Do you?
I'm pretty sure doesn't Dave Matthews.
Mark is so out of touch,
Mark,
Tom.
honest to God, Dave Matthews
Mark,
has
you're thinking
nothing.
of John Mayer. Oh, I'm thinking of John Mayer. Shut up.
But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I know.
All right. And John Mayer never played with. I mean, he never was part of the Grateful Dead.
He is now.
Is he?
He is now.
Okay.
Dead and Company is what they're called.
Okay. So anyway, what's going on?
Well, so like an idiot, I wait till last minute. I've done this probably 50 times. I jump on Craigslist. Somebody's canceled the concert and wants to ditch a couple tickets for reasonable, maybe a little bit above face value.
Right.
So I get on there. I find a guy, 150 a piece for decent seats. And so I call him up and I say, hey, I've got cash, want to meet up?
Yeah.
And that's the way I usually do it.
Right.
Meet in public.
Right.
Stay safe. So he says, the reason I can't go to the show, I'm a FedEx driver. I've got a route they added. I'm down in the Springs. I say, perfect. So am I. Let's meet. He says, let me call you back. I'm training a guy. I want to make sure that that he's okay with stopping during the route. Fine. So I wait about a half hour, don't hear from him. I call him back.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I really need these tickets.
I know. Now, can you
here.
spare us the entire story? Let's just get to the.
Yeah, of course.
Let's get to the problem part.
Okay, I pay the guy with an app, Cash App.
Yeah.
Okay, and he says, as soon as I get confirmation, I'll send you the tickets via email. They're e-tickets. You print them out, you go to the show. I pay him, send him the confirmation. Never heard from him again. We were communicating by text.
Oh my God.
Communicating by phone call. And then after I paid him, he's gone. $300. Now, I'm not expecting to get my money back, all right? I got mugged online.
Oh, my God. What are you expecting?
What I'm expecting is either a PI. I've got this guy's phone number. I've got his.
That means nothing, man. It's probably a Google number.
Wait a minute. This guy just robbed you. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, get this guy arrested.
Absolutely.
Do you have his address?
He's a ghost, man.
So, yeah, that is going to be hard. Matt?
I've got two things. I mean, we have a crime, we have a victim, we don't have a suspect. I've got the guy's phone number.
Yes.
I've got the guy's handle on the app.
Okay.
Maybe a PI can dig in and unlock that door. I don't know.
Maybe. But here's the thing, Matt. You are right. However, they're not going to make it any kind of priority.
Let's try to get our new PI on and see seriously if that's even something.
Yeah, let's see.
That's all I want to know.
Let's see.
A little better knowing
How much did you spend totally?
Well, I ended up spending another $600.
No, I'm asking how much did you wait? How much did this guy steal total?
$300.
$300. I feel for you. Hold on. Let's see if our PR guy, PI guy, can do something with the phone number. I think, as Mark said, Google number. They're a dime a dozen. Now, I just don't understand Dave Matthews. I think I like the band. I heard him, not live, but I've heard him a lot, and I think they're cool. They're nice guys. I just don't see the allure like the craziness. Also,
they're not the Monkees.
Also, Rick Springsteen. I don't understand. And God, people love him. And I can see, okay, fine. I like Matthews better than Springsteen, but then I don't understand. I know I'm going to be like booed. You too. I just don't get it. I think, yeah, Bono's cool. They're good, but I don't get the craziness for them, because they are diehard fans. I don't know. Anyway, okay, we have more and more to talk about, including Bob's. His ill wife won't give him tax information to file. Why? That I just don't understand. What? Bill, what is your haircut comment? Very quickly, please.
Well, I don't cut hair, but
yeah,
my wife does and has for nearly 20 years. And let me see if I got this right. This lady with the haircut, she's upset at Supercuts for taking the photograph and not getting the hair right, and she's got a necklace.
Right.
She gets what she pays for.
Well, I get what you mean. Yeah, right. I guess that's an easy story.
Really?
You know what? But first of all, I don't think it's a lousy haircut. But if it was, I still don't buy you get what you pay for. I don't think it should be defective haircut. Now but you're right. There are different levels, Bill, of haircuts. You're absolutely right. I mean, you go to, but then it goes the other way too, Bill. It really does. You don't always get what you pay for. There are people who think they are you-know-what, and a lot of them are in Denver, they're all over the country, and they charge $250, $350 for a haircut because they're supposed to be some hair god, and it makes me laugh. I mean, it's like, who the hell do you think you are? It
is laughable.
Yeah, sometimes. So it's not always you get what you pay for. I mean, these so-called celebrity hairstylists, oh my God, give me a break. All right, more coming up. 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Oh, no, you don't get what you pay for in real estate, because those commissions are pretty much standard, between 6 and 7%, and then, of course, lower if you're buying or selling just a loan and whatever. But here's the deal. You'll always come out ahead with Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. He's the best. You won't believe the level of service. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
This is Denver's talk station.
Who was that guy that used to be in Denver? Paul Garcia, was it? Who was the guy? He was like the god of haircutting, and people would flock him. And I can't believe one time we had a woman complaining about his haircut. And he was so indignant. He wouldn't even talk to me.
It is a good haircut.
He had his assistant talk to me. And it was like, don't you ever talk about it. You should not mention his word in the same sentence as haircut. It's a delightful manipulation of follicles. I mean, it's like, yeah, right.
So Tom, on that thing, I was hoping something
like that. Did you just make that up?
Yeah, they were just
manipulation of follicles. That is good.
So he bought it on Craigslist. Of course, it's a bad deal and stuff. Is there any app, he bought it on this Cash App, is there any app out there that allows you to pull back if you do not get what you
How did he pay?
Yeah, there are, but I don't think this one's one.
Right, I don't, but that's what I was hoping to get a Cash App.
I've never heard of it.
What does PayPal do?
And then does PayPal.
It takes forever.
PayPal gives you a tougher time than if the guy sold it to you and you talk to him directly. PayPal is really a false sense of security. It truly is.
And that's right, I kind of heard.
It's bullshit. But here's where people really get trouble with PayPal. You use PayPal to pay, but PayPal then uses your credit card. So here's PayPal saying, you asked your credit card for $10. You got $10. Your credit card did nothing wrong. It's not what the $10 is. I swear to God.
But that's true. That is how that
what you just described
exactly
that's what happened, though, is my point.
Your credit card puts the money in PayPal. PayPal pays it out. It's not a PayPal
facilitator.
Hold on. And then you go to your credit card company and they say, well, PayPal did nothing wrong.
Right.
You put the money in that account and they paid it out like you. So in other words, you have less protection using PayPal than you would just using your credit card.
And that's what I say. Is there nothing out there that really, besides a credit card, that can save
So
money
that's the
if you don't
big
get the
fallacy,
service?
is that PayPal gives you less protection, less than most other apps.
They do give less.
Thank you.
And if you do have a true dispute with them, you can fill it out, but boy, does it take forever.
Oh, they're full of shit.
Shop Lowe's to get your deck looking its best.
So that's why does PayPal make so darn much money?
Because a lot of people can't get credit cards.
So how do they pay PayPal then?
Beats me,
Send
man. Probably
check
direct
or-
ACH.
I don't know. Start with Lowe's.
And then a lot of people too with PayPal is it's way cheaper. Like our merchant account might be 2.5% for every credit card we swipe. PayPal might be $1 for every swipe, no matter how much there's.
But there's no protection.
So like eBay and places like that love PayPal because they make a lot more money off of it. They don't have those high payments.
So really, yeah.
On our new thing Tom and I are doing, we actually accept Amazon Pay, which is really cool.
No, I think if Amazon had something, in fact, if
They do. It's called Amazon
If
Pay.
they had cryptocurrency, I would say, okay, no, yep, I believe in that. If you had somebody like Amazon back.
That's a good point.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Wink and Wink are bankruptcy attorneys I hope you never, ever need in your life. And if you need them, they're there for you. And you can do a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7. We've learned that there are ways people can keep homes and cars and still pay a minimal amount of debt and still get through life. Others are complete liquidation. Winkandwink.com, well-versed and on your side when you need them. 303-410-1720, 410-1720. Suzanne, you're giving me signals to take who? Our guy, our private investigator? Is that what you're saying? Our private investigator?
They're on line 6.
Did they do an investigation already?
No, not yet.
No,
I thought
we were just going to
talking
ask
about
them
it first.
with the phone number.
Okay. What do you want to ask?
Well, can they track someone down by a phone number? We were just talking about
All right,
it.
but here's the deal. This guy went on an app and bought some concert tickets, was ripped off. And he wants to know, can you find people based on the information he has? What do you have, Matt? Tell him exactly what you have.
Well, I paid $300.
Yeah, but tell him what you have as far as information. The handle the guy uses.
I've got the handle from the app.
What is the handle he uses?
I don't have that written down, but it's real simple.
And it's on which app is it? What's the app called?
It's called Cash App.
Okay, and what is it made for? For paying?
It's a similar thing to PayPal. You pay or receive cash, and it's secure. It's legit. I've used it before.
Do they have a process?
You
Do they have a process for contesting?
They don't have a process, as far as I can tell, for canceling a payment or contesting a payment.
Why did you use that app?
I've used it before with no problem, and that guy told me that's what he wanted to use.
And as soon as he got notice it cleared, you never heard from him again.
Fell off the face of the earth.
But I doubt, so you have his phone number, but I doubt he'd use the real phone number. Jake, I mean, let's say he used a real cell number, Jake. Can you track him down? Jake Scott is with Clear Creek Investigations on a referral list at referralist.com.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. If you have a phone number, in a lot of cases, if it's legit, if it's not like what we call a throwdown phone, like you get at Walmart or something, then we would be able to identify the subscriber of that phone number, as long as it's if it's legitimate, like it's through Verizon or a big provider.
Not a prepaid burner, huh?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It was a 303 number, and it still rings and goes to voicemail. So
and do you have his name?
Well, I mean, it might as well be Big Bird. I mean, he said it.
It was Luke, wasn't it?
It was Luke. That's what he said it was.
Yeah,
So,
but so I mean, basically, Jake, there's you can't track these guys down, right? We can probably get them in a sting, maybe.
I think that would probably be the best bet, and yeah, I would guess probably that he's he's using a phone that's not going to be traceable. But
Right.
you know, I mean, it's certainly a good place to start and something to look at.
And then even if he has a phone that's traceable, if he uses a Google number, God, that's a fortress to get through.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I just want people to be aware of it. Mainly, if I save one person from
He wants us to be aware of a guy named Luke.
No, he wants you to be aware of the whole scam.
Okay.
But really,
watch out for
what's that?
List concert tickets.
Yeah.
Just be careful. You know.
Now, how did he advertise?
We had
Craigslist.
a legit ad on there on Craigslist.
Is it still on there, though? Because if it is, if you see one like it, let's set him up.
Or if you search that phone number, does it pop up on Craigslist?
I've been trying that.
All right, would you do us a favor? If you see anything that looks similar, like you might think it's the guy, please let us know, and we'll use Clear Creek Investigations and ourselves, and we'll set the guy up. If you need a private investigator for process serving, investigations, and all that, whatever private eyes do, 303-565-0283. Clear Creek Investigations. Okay. Wow. We have a revocable trust question from Bob. Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a revocable trust I had done in Kansas. I've moved to Colorado. Do I need to do anything with that, or is it okay?
Actually, you don't have to do anything. If you ever made a change to the document that you wanted to make, I would suggest that you have the attorney do something where they put Colorado law now applies. I don't know Kansas law, so I don't know what the difference would be, because if something happens, the document says apply Kansas law. I don't know.
So they are state documents, but not federal.
They are state documents. However, if you move to another state, you do not have to necessarily do a thing with it if it still has what you want in it.
But in your trust that you write,
yes,
does it say construed by the laws of the state of?
Of Colorado, yes.
Okay. So that's your answer.
Okay, great. No, thank you.
Okay, they're construed by where you draw or where the attorney says they're construed. Can you pick arbitrarily where they're going to be construed by or understood by? I'm wondering. Or do
you have to have residency?
Or something. I don't know.
It's a good question. I think if you're a resident of Kansas, you've got to, I think even if you're a resident of Kansas, you could say, I want to apply California law to it.
I wonder if you could for no reason.
I don't know the answer.
It's not legit because those questions don't really come up. I mean, people don't just arbitrarily pick them. But it would be cool if you could find out in the future, and then on one of your, we call you and get you on the air about it. I would love to know that, really. 303-713.
Do taxes differ, though? Any kind of death benefit differ from state to state to where that wouldn't work, or no?
Well, I mean, for example, Colorado no longer has an estate tax.
Right.
So if you said apply Kansas law, I don't think that, and they had an estate tax, I don't think they can assess it because you're now a resident of the state of Colorado.
How about reverse, though?
Yeah, no, you can't get yourself out of a tax. If the estate is here and you say apply a state that doesn't have tax,
doesn't matter.
No. There's no way. Bob, what's going on with you, sir?
Hi, Mr. Martino. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a problem with my wife in taxes.
Is this an ex-wife?
No. We're actually happily married and have 3 kids.
And she lives where?
We live in Lakewood.
Okay.
We live together.
Oh, your wife. I thought you said in Texas, like all my exes live in Texas.
Right.
You said you have a problem with your wife and taxes.
Income taxes.
What's the problem?
Real quick. She has not filed her taxes in 3 years.
Wait, do you file jointly?
We file jointly.
Well, you're in trouble because if she doesn't file them, do you file them?
No, the problem is I cannot file them myself because I don't have access to all of our records. We have rental property, and she has been diagnosed with cancer.
Bob, how many years has she not done it?
3 years.
Does it coincide with her illness?
It does, and my main question is I need... love my wife. I don't want to do anything harmful. I don't want a divorce, but I need to have some sort of legal...
No, I understand. And you know what?
Yeah.
This is really odd. I would say it's probably the first time, and you should at least get my dinger because it's the first time ever. Yeah, we do. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever heard this problem. You know, we get very few firsts on this show, seriously. So you have a wife, you're married, happily married. She has not filed, or actually, both of you have not filed. Correct. Because she will not cooperate, and you need her to get the info. Now, what the IRS says in a situation where you don't have information, here's what the IRS says. It says to file anyway with the information you do have on yourself. And then at least you're filing single, you're filing married, filing separately, and you're at least making a public statement, I don't go along with this. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to get Larson Tax Relief on to talk about this directly. Okay. And it's going to be a little late, so we're going to do this. I mean, I don't know. We might be able to get them if we can.
I'm going to try, Tom.
Okay. If not, we can get them on tomorrow. Did you have something to say? We can get them on tomorrow. Our common woman, who's, of course, with Angel's help, Barb, do you have any issues? Has this ever come up in your... If so, you got to chant into the mic and not into the open air there. So,
Bob, has your wife been diagnosed... She was diagnosed with cancer. Has she been
you want to know
legally,
competency.
Yeah.
Is she competent?
I believe she is competent. The problem is she just is overwhelmed. And my concern is I own my own business, and I just need to...
But, Bob, I can't understand why you don't have access to the information. Is it on a computer?
It's password protected on a computer.
Well, is she... I mean, and she will not. If you say, I demand at least information so I can file taxes, she'll say no.
She says, no, I'm working on it.
Does she have does she work, or did she work?
She has a small church job, but no, she doesn't work full time.
Okay, because see, I was thinking maybe there's something that was going on in her business that she didn't want to report, but doesn't sound like that.
This is sad.
She's a choir director.
This is freaking sad.
It's sad for me because I'm worried about them auditing me and then coming into my business. And what I'd like to do is try to see if I could get.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If you, and this is a true question, not fooling around. Is there anything you have to hide if you were audited? Did you keep things pretty straight?
Absolutely. I pay every penny of tax.
Okay. Because what I'm saying is maybe you would call the IRS and say, look, this is my situation, and I need you to order us. And because then, I mean, you don't think she would be defiant to the law, do you? If the IRS said, we have an audit of the last 3 years because you haven't filed or something like that, what would she do?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm not saying you do that until we talk to our experts.
Right, and I'm trying to force the situation by maybe an injunction. I was thinking of an court injunction to force her to turn the records over to me or someone so we can get our taxes.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to get someone from Larson Tax Relief on, and we want to explain to them exactly the problem. So hang on, and we'll talk about it. 303-713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. You don't do better than One Clear Choice, whether you need just an inspection. It's a free Martino inspection, by the way. You got to mention Martino. And, of course, they want to be a garage door company, so they'll be looking for stuff. That doesn't mean they'll make anything up. But they will tighten the hinge bolts. They'll lubricate. They'll check the adjustments, all the safety settings, and, of course, the cable and everything. And if ever you have a problem or need a new garage door opener, it's just $333. They also do garage doors themselves. 303-565-6409. 565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
The highway.
Google, please.
Me? Yeah, right there, David. He's got stuff on that computer. Mark, he's going to need after she dies.
These computers are weird too, and what they do.
I mean, for her, him not to have a password.
Are you positive you're logged in, right? Okay. Over here is an obvious one, but I don't like doing it this way because it sometimes leaves you logged in. So I go here and I go to set. Then I go down here to
what about passwords? What about passwords to the bank account?
Well, maybe she's done that too. It's not. But why? It could be that you're only logged in as one place. This is crazy.
That's why I asked the question. I'm questioning her.
Because she has the way you have to do it.
Yeah, there's that, but then again, there's cognitive ability.
And then you're going to have to go back
I think about Doreen and her.
This sucks. This happened to me once, Mark. I forget what it is. Hold on. I just want to make sure it doesn't.
Don't look at anything. Don't look into anything. Don't check. I need birth certificates. I need marriage license.
Oh, I thought you got that. I thought you did give that up. No?
No. She'll give me all the dates, but you have to ask for them. In order to ask for them, Doreen has to be sitting next to me and tell the person on the other end of the phone that it's okay to talk to me. She would not sit with me every time I would try. She would go off on a tangent on
Yeah, but they don't know the password.
No, I know that. I want to look more
and I for 3 hours.
I don't know why it's changed.
She was 70?
73 years old.
And so she's never taken a dime in Social Security.
Never. Not her.
See that up there, sign in?
And both of them work.
So we know that.
So,
I'm just looking at all of the activities like this one here. I want to look at this one. This one here is really important. You look at docs.
Needed to tell me to do that.
Once this comes up,
I didn't
go
know
over
I
here to
could
docs.
get Medicare and Medicaid.
That's
not on Medicare either.
She's got no insurance. And the worst part about this is, in order to make any of this happen, you have to sit together.
I just do it. I don't know why I do it.
I need this.
Mark, I bring this now, Mark, because honest to God, one time, Mark, I swear I couldn't get logged out. And I was going to refuse. I was telling people, I was going to get an IT guy. And you know who I worry about more than anyone? I swear.
Medicare.
It's Clint. Oh my God. We really have to worry about him, about logging in on remote computers, because that gives them access to our, now only the stuff we share with them, but still.
Explain to her, we have to do something about your insurance. That's where it stops. She would not do anything. I need to look over insurance information before I decide on what kind of insurance. I got a book for you. I'll bring you the differences between going with Aetna or United Healthcare or Kaiser or whoever.
She's mentally ill.
But she's cognizant.
Okay, and that's probably a fine line between competent, cognizant, and...
Yep.
You can be cognizant and be
And
crazy
still have
as a
a mental,
little.
still have a mental illness. And Doreen definitely had a mental illness.
So you should see, she had, I'll bet you, brand new stuff in bags, all tied up, this high, this wide.
Filled the entire room.
New stuff.
Yeah, but it was like...
She had a walk-in closet that had 2 bars.
David, they were brand new, like, Montgomery Ward purses made of pleather from the 80s.
We counted 75 purses. As we were putting stuff. 75 purses.
You're from
Where's she getting the money
That's
from?
when we started counting.
Yeah.
It was an inheritance.
It wasn't, this is like cheap, this is not right.
No, I understand, but if she's got, she doesn't work, she doesn't.
Hi, Tom Martino here. ApprovalReverse.com. Joan Sullivan. David Salisbury here represents a lot of elderly people, and you know, I'll bet you he comes across reverse mortgages. One thing he'll tell you, they'll never take your home, or if you're alive and making payments on your insurance and your taxes. And if you pass away with a reverse loan, no matter how upside down it is, it's not going to produce a debt to the estate more than the house. It'll take the house and that's it. I'm not saying they're good for everyone. They're not. They eat up equity. They could be good for you, and I only recommend one person to tell you, and that's the people at ApprovalReverse.com, because they do not slam you into these things. They want to see that it really will help you with a line of credit or a loan that you don't pay back while you're alive. And it is 303-771-3528. Joan Sullivan and her team, 303-771-3528, ApprovalReverse.com. Okay, so let's go to Michael. And Michael Plantinga is with Larson Tax Relief. And the number's 844 Larson Tax. Michael, okay, you got a guy, he runs a business. He owns a business. And he's in business for himself. For the last 3 years, his wife refuses to cooperate in any way with any of their information, which is locked on her password-protected computer. And he can't file taxes without her. They used to file jointly, but did not, over the last 3 years, did not file at all. So he wants to know what to do.
So is he going to be filing separate?
We don't know. That's why we're asking. We don't know. That's the whole point.
I can interject.
If you can't get the information...
Hold on. What were you going to say, Bob? Bob,
I don't want to file separately because I won't have all the data needed, and it's more expensive to file separately.
You may not have a choice. What would you advise at Larson Tax Relief for a guy that's held hostage like this?
Well, what I would say is, first of all, he's right. The filing married joint will save him some money and increase deductions and everything like that.
Right.
But he might have to get with the court to compel the other party, his wife, to turn over the documentation he needs to file the taxes.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, though, as far as taxes go, if he did file on his own with all of his own information, the stuff that, and estimates the others, does it somehow get him? I'm trying to get this guy as an innocent spouse, or at least not in trouble after his wife dies. And if there's a way to minimize the damage.
And just whatever information he has available, he can use that. And what he's signing under penalty of perjury with the tax return is that the information is to the best of his belief.
Okay.
It's all he has available, so if that's all he can use, that's what he should then
Because,
use.
Michael, doesn't that help sometimes when people say, well, I never got my W-2s, so I didn't file for 10 years. Isn't it at least good when they see an effort?
They have to see an effort, yeah. If you can if you could prove that you contacted Social Security to get your W-2s, or you could show that, listen, I took steps to resolve this, but this is the best I could do, so please process the return. I think the IRS would be at least inclined to accept it.
Or maybe even ask the IRS on purpose to audit or not?
Well, I don't know if you'd want to necessarily invite an audit, because then that does get into some legally sticky issues down the road.
This guy almost had
the
a
return, and if they want to audit it, they can. They can ask why he didn't have the information, and he can just give his explanation.
What were you going to say, David Salisbury?
Michael, my question is, going forward, he could do it with the best information, but they've got 3 years hanging out there. Are you saying go back and have him individually, married filing separate, file those 3 years that nobody filed?
Well, if he filed married separate, that would then also put an obligation on her to file if she earned any income herself.
Right.
But the thing is that what else can he do? He can't file a joint return because it would require her signature.
Okay, so he could go back and file 3 years.
Yes, of course.
On his own.
And what we're saying is it's showing a good faith effort. So if these guys ever had to help him negotiate something, it's kind of like saying, hey, he tried. I mean, I know that happens sometimes with workers where the boss takes off with stuff. By the way, I need to mention this. When, we talked about Barb Shoe, we didn't get to talk to her much. AngelsHelpYou.com. Angels, as in heavenly angels. AngelsHelpYou.com. She aggregates all of the available services and grants and money and public benefits, or whatever's available. She finds out about for your situation and tries to fit you with the programs that work. That's what she does for families. And we didn't get to talk to her, but the number's easy to remember. 720-449-BARB. Barb Shoe. 720-449-BARB. It's AngelsHelpYou.com. Also on my referral list. And, of course, David Salisbury, our in-house expert on everything estate. 720-493-3911. Look for David Salisbury on my referral list at referralist.com and save all your problems for me.
Time changes everything. For me, becoming a single parent of 2 young kids changed my ability to use my timeshare.
If he goes ahead and files his, or even tells his wife, that may prompt her to go ahead and file those other 3 years.
There's something weird with that whole thing.
There definitely is.
Because they've got penalties and they've got interest.
Oh,
It's accruing.
Well, if they owed money.
Yeah.
Well,
If they owed
regardless.
money. Right.
Well,
Barb,
yes.
nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I have a question for you. So
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
do